In a world where shadows hide behind the silver screen, one team dares to reveal the secrets. Dive deep with paranoid American Tommy Truthful and the rest of the Truth Mafia as they decode the hidden messages in movies we thought we knew. From ancient myths to modern politics, from Gematria to the darkest corners of the occult. Prepare to see cinema in a whole new light. Welcome to Conspiracy Cinema.
Welcome, my brothers and sisters, to another episode of Conspiracy Cinema Podcast. We got my co-host today, Paranoid American, and we got another special guest for you, my brother, Jay DreamerZ. We're going to get into this movie from 2013, The Conspiracy. And it's a thriller film that delves into the world of conspiracy theories. The story follows two documentary filmmakers, Aaron and Jim, who decide to investigate a mysterious conspiracy theorist named Terrence G. After Terrence suddenly disappears, the filmmakers uncover a secret society known as the Tarsus Club, believed to influence global politics and events. As Aaron and Jim dig deeper, they infiltrate the Tarsus Club, using hidden cameras to document their findings inside. They find bizarre rituals and realize the club members are powerful individuals from various sectors of society. And it's a really good, it's kind of got like a Blair Witch vibe to it, right? Where it's a documentary type film, but it's fiction, but based on a lot of true events. They actually bring up many true events in here, so we're going to get into that today, and it was phenomenal. If you guys want to check it out, it's called The Conspiracy. It came out in 2013, which 20 plus 13 is what, 33, that 33 number. And we'll dive into how it all connects to that number and these secret societies. But Jay DreamerZ and Paranoid, how y'all doing today? Can you guys hear me?
Hi.
Yeah, I was waiting for Jay to.
Damn it. I always do that. Freaking
Yeah,
mute.
you guys are, but I thought you were muted. All right, well, before we get going, guys, all the links are in the description, family. So if you want to follow Jay DreamerZ, his links are in the description. Our links to truthmafia.com. You can become a made member in the Truth Mafia, $8.88 a month. And you get members only lives, members only webinars, members only posts. I just did a crazy post today on these Nephilim giants that it's over on truthmafia.com, found in this cryostasis in a Utah cave. So that's a pretty interesting one to look into. And also the link down in the description, if you want to get a personalized reading and decode from Tommy Truthful, that's on truthfultv.com, and that link is down below. You can find out whether you're a first player character in the simulation called life or a non-player character without a soul. And we do that by connecting your birth cards with your life path number. If they line up, it shows us, because people that their life path number and their birth cards don't line up, I'm telling you, when you talk to these people, they're just off. Something's wrong with them. And I'm telling you, I believe they're NPCs. They're just controlled by the simulation. This was a reading I did on my homegirl, Christina Shannon. She's been following me for a long time. Hers was very interesting. And she had that 57 connection, matching supercomputer, you know. She's a Queen of Hearts. That's her destiny card. And Queen of Hearts is also 57. And we just had the 57 Super Bowl, all of attractions 57. Donut Factory is 57 in Chaldean. A lot of people that come to me through Donut, I notice, have that 57 connection. And I just did one on one of Jay DreamerZ people, and they had the same Four Diamonds card as Jay. So you always see a connection to the people that they found you through. It's pretty interesting. But all Jay's links are down in the description too, to his membership and his website. And he's got a really cool membership over there on YouTube, guys. Check it out. He does some phenomenal videos. So Paranoid American, his membership, his website's down there. He just dropped some new merch. We'll get into that at
Yeah,
the end.
we got the new comic too. Since we're doing plugs up front, I got my Frazzle Drip Funhouse comic that it'll be up for one more day at Indiegogo.
Indiegogo. And what's the new one you just did, bro?
The Chaos Twins with Sam Tripoli from Tinfoil Hat. That one's exploding right now.
I know.
It's got like almost 300% over the milestones that we aimed for. So it just keeps every time I refresh it, like more people sign up.
I seen Sam plugging it last night or the night before, and he's like, let's go to the next step where we can get the whole series done, because y'all made enough to get it to the comic book on the shelves now, and now he's trying to like get the whole series done, which I totally support. I shared it on my Instagram, and at the end of this, we'll definitely plug it. I got the link right here.
Oh yeah, it's been big, man. Yeah, chaostwins.com. You can go and check that out while we're talking.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, guys. So Jay Dream sent me some really cool stickers today, which I didn't even know I could download them as stickers, Jay, until like right before the show. I clicked on it and it let me download them to my iPhone as a sticker. So now I have them as you know how like you got your emojis. Now I have that emoji that you created, which is cool. I never knew that you could do that. Create me some more of them. Them are pretty badass. It's like 3 mobsters in these little truther hats, and then it's got the Illuminati triangle crossed out.
What's a truther hat?
Well, I don't know why I said truther hats. They just look like little mobsters. Kind of like an old mob style hat is really what it was. I meant to say a truther symbol on top of it is what I meant.
Okay.
To say. But yeah, they're dressed up like gangsters in suits. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool symbol you created.
Oh yeah, Jay.
You know,
Thanks.
Jay's always coming up with cool art.
Thank you.
And guys, we got our logo for Conspiracy Cinema. Hope you guys like it.
That'd be a nice sticker right there, man.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one. We got to do that one. Very conspiracied out. You see the curtain, the movie screen is the Masonic apron, because I had to get, go deep on the conspiracy level for our people that understand symbolism. And no, I'm not a Mason. It's conspiracy cinema. So I'm playing on that whole thing there. We got the Captain America little shield in there. And that I generated that with AI. So yeah, you could do some really cool stuff with AI now, like this thumbnail that I created, which I took this guys from the movie. That's that from the actual movie right there, called The Conspiracy. In the bullhead, we'll get into that at the end. It all plays a role. And coming up soon, we're gonna do another big movie for you guys, which will be this new one. Killers of Flower Moon with Robert De Niro in it. Me and Donut talked about it in our members only live we just did the other day. And guys, it was crazy. Robert De Niro spanking him there, and he's talking about I'm a 32nd degree Mason when he's doing it. Then you see him at 105 Elm Street right there. And 105 Elm Street equals 223 matching population control. 223. Not to mention 223 is a reflection of 322. And when he was coming down, they marry these Indians, right? And then take them out and take over their estates. It's really sad, actually. And they did that in real life. When he's putting life insurance on this Indian gentleman at an hour and 25 minutes in, he's coming out of putting life insurance on him. And look at the Masonic sign right up there. Right as he's putting life insurance on the dude, they got the Mason symbol right on the wall. And that's
that's crazy. And they're walking.
You trying to get me kicked out, man? You trying to get me kicked out?
Yeah, I'm getting you kicked out, bud. Killers of the Flower Moon.
The unalivers of the Flower Moon, you mean?
Yeah, I wanted to do this one tonight, but Paranoid American wasn't feeling doing a 3-hour movie.
Well, so, I mean, the real truth is I can't cover a Masonic movie. You know that.
Right. Yeah, I know. He can't cover it.
You'll
He's
never
not.
hear from. We'll do it that one time, and then that'll be the last time you hear from me.
Yeah. But so we're gonna get into the conspiracy, and first we'll start out Paranoid. What were your thoughts on this movie, man?
I liked it. I mean, this was on the list because when you asked me, do I have a movie to suggest? This was at the top of the list, and not necessarily because I think that it's the best movie ever, but I think that it's a movie that every conspiracy theorist should have seen at least one time, because it's legit and it's really good for being low. I mean, I don't say low budget, but I always kind of refer to this one as like a Blair Witch meets conspiracy theories. Like, imagine if the Blair Witch movie took place at Bohemian Grove. That's kind of the way that I would pitch this movie. So I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely very interesting. Jay, what did you think about it, buddy?
I liked it. It was okay. Like I really appreciated all the little breadcrumbs they were dropping and stuff. And then it was like halfway into it, it turned into a totally different movie. Like it did the whole Blair Witch thing, like you were saying, and it was really dark. It was actually really hard for me to actually see what was going on for like the
Like
last half.
visibly dark.
Yeah, it was like all the parts where they were in the forest and all that stuff, like running, and I couldn't really see what was happening because my room was bright when I was watching it, and I'm just like, wow, that's dark.
Yeah,
It's a
recap
dark
it.
movie, bro.
We'll recap what was going on.
it was
Okay.
definitely the imagery. Jessica, I seen you on my members thing too on Truthful TV. Did you sign up for your reading, sweetheart? If you did, because I see some of the members didn't sign up for the reading, but if you did, let me know. Just email me at truthmafia117 at proton.me, proton.me. That way I can get yours done for you, sweetie. I think you might have, though, because I seen your name on there and I messaged a bunch of you guys. You might already message me back, though, so I just seen you in here. That's why. And shout out to this person for donating to Jay. Calix.
And yeah, shout out.
There you go. So let's get into it, guys. And let me show some of my slides I got over here. Because I caught some crazy things. The first thing I want to bring up, because this is in the first couple minutes of the movie, he's breaking down, the Terrence character is breaking down this board that he has on his wall, right? And he brings up Bill HR 645. So, I'm like, is that a real bill? So I go look it up. Everything he's talking about in the movie is real. That's the crazy part. Like the bills he's bringing up and everything. And yes, it is a real bill. And it's where the Homeland Security can establish these national emergency centers, FEMA camps, and detain us without trial. So that sounds fun. You know what I'm saying? That sounds really fun. And that bill, HR 645, now we're going to use Gematria. The elites have a secret language of symbols and numbers. And Gematria comes from Jewish Kabbalah mysticism going back to Babylon. They use it to decode the whole Talmud. So it's a very real thing. And the Chaldean cipher is the oldest and purest cipher. The Chaldean cipher is based on 1 through 8. The Chaldeans believed the number 9 was so divine that they took it out of the cipher. And 1 through 8, if you add it up, it adds up to that 36, which this year is the 36-year anniversary of HARP, why we see all the natural disasters, what took place in Maui, so forth. It's the 36-year anniversary of Hamas still, and we see what's going on with that situation. And 666 is the 36 triangular number. Now, HR 645 equals 59, and we're on the 59th U.S. president, or the 59th U.S. presidential election just happened with Biden. That was the last one we went through. It's the 46th president, but the 59th presidential election. In HR 645 matches a new world order, depopulation, Israel at war with Hamas, 59. And then on the periodic table, We have element 59, which is used to create studio lights, and we're in this show of life, right? On the stage, lights, camera, action. It's also used to create jet engines, and there's a whole connection there with the Israel war and the fighter jets. I believe they're going to do a major event. They'll probably blame it on some people over in the Middle East, like they always do. It'll be something to get us into war. They always do it. They want to get us into war right now with Israel and what's going on in Ukraine. So they will do some type of major event to get the American people to say, okay, we're ready to go, just like they did with 9/11, which was brought up many times in this film, right? Not only was 9/11 brought up, guys, but so were chemtrails. And they said, what are they spraying? That was on the screen as they show us all these chemtrails. What are they spraying? Well, what are they spraying equals 63, matching crimes against humanity. And who did they take out in 1963? John F. Kennedy. He was trying to push back against the establishment, right? And we see what happened to him. They showed us even a president wasn't off limits. That was a King Kill 33 ritual, which I believe we're getting ready to see another one of them. And it'll bring Kamala Diva Harris as the 47th first female president of the United States, just like we've seen on the House of Cards, right? In the House of Cards, the 46th president passes away. His wife becomes the 47th first female president of the United States. This is a form of lesser magic known as revelation of the method or predictive programming. So, and then the secret society they had called the Taurus Club equals 33, guys, matching fake reality. And I'm telling you, the world stage, they don't call it that for nothing. We live in a totally scripted reality controlled by some quantum AI supercomputer. And fake reality matches 33 with the Taurus Club and Albert Pike. Now, back to the war situation. Who was Albert Pike? He was a 33rd degree Freemason. He was the one that wrote the letter in 1871 talking about 3 world wars. And he said World War III would be fought against Israel in the Muslim cultures. And we see it manifesting right now with what's going on with Hamas, and ties back to that bill he mentioned, right? I think when they declare war, we're going to see the act of this bill coming out, boom, where they can make FEMA camps. They'll probably say we got hit with some nuclear device and they got to use it for that. But we have Israel at war with Hamas, right, in that cipher. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting when you look at the numbers connected to these films. And, that's what I do. Jay and Paranoid, they look more into the symbolism, which I also do. But, I like to cover the numerology of it because it runs deep, guys. So, yeah, that's what I seen in the film myself.
I just gotta point out that specific letter from Albert Pike about World War III has got some very dubious origins. Like Albert Pike has said some wild things in all of his writings in his life, but that particular letter, my opinion is BS, and not just because it's like the content of it, but because the source of that is like twice removed from people, like from Leo Taxel. Basically, I want to turn into a whole Leo Taxel like 1800s, sort of like research assignment. But that particular letter, I've tried looking into that one because that would be fascinating if that really were this connection, and that he had mentioned Illuminati and everything.
Well, that's what
and
they
talk
say.
about Mazzini. Yeah, but
They
if you look
say,
at where that letter gets sourced from,
Paranoid. So you don't believe you don't believe in any conspiracy. So I believe it myself. And they say, oh, how did he know the N word, which connects to the German soldiers? Well, when they're writing the script, they know the word. So You know, me personally, I believe he did write the letter. He was a leader of the Freemasons, and they definitely know the script. And he's the one that wrote the book talking about Lucifer being, you know, their ascended master. But I respect your opinion that
That's
you think.
also not in the book, by the way. That particular quote about Lucifer being some kind of master is not in the book. He says that Lucifer is Venus, the morning star, but he never says anything about venerating it or worshiping it or none of that. That quote also comes from Leo Taxel.
Well, you hate Leo Taxo, don't you?
I just love
Shout
the
out to
truth.
Leo
I love
Taxo.
the truth, and I don't like misinformation. So
I love Leo Taxo. Shout out to him.
that wasn't even a real name. It was his pen name that he used to troll people. Like Leo Taxo was like an old
And I'm going to
school,
pull up
like
all
Reddit
this stuff
troll.
that he just said wasn't real and show that it is. So go ahead, Jay. Now I'm going to pull it all up on your ass right now.
I feel like Albert Pike is a pseudonym because
Oh, it's
Pike-
not. He's a real person.
Pike is like well, no, I'm not saying he's a fake person. I'm just saying like I like to look at the names of like Hollywood actors and historic figures and stuff, and a pike is like a beam or column. Bert means to shine. Actually, I think that's what it means. Let me double check.
And did you ever
Either that
hear
or it
that
means famous.
the original Star Trek pilot, it was instead of James T. Kirk, it was going to be Albert Pike, and they were going to name like the leader of
Yeah.
Star Trek after Albert Pike.
Oh yeah, so Bert means bright,
And
and Al
Paranoid,
is God.
Paranoid's a Mason, so he's probably sticking up for his homeboy. You know what I'm saying? That's what. Oh, don't talk about my king, Albert Pike.
Albert Pike wasn't a master of any kind, though.
He
What
was a
Albert Pike
33rd
did is
degree
that
Freemason. What are you talking
he.
about?
I mean, I know a little bit. You know what I mean? But like Albert Pike isn't even really venerated by even Scottish Rite Masons. A lot of people disagree with a lot of the things that he wrote, but his big role in Freemasonry is that he took a bunch of scattered lodges that were like nationally just scattered and doing their own thing, and he brought them together and kind of like formed what you'd call like like a Roman Catholic Vatican sort of thing, where everyone was like, all right, this is the book, these are the rules, these are the degrees, we'll all do the same thing, so that if I move from New York to California, like I'll at least understand what we're doing here, and I don't have to go back through all the rituals, because they were seeing people they would leave Masonry because it's like I can't keep up. You know, if I like move 40 minutes over here and then I move 40 minutes again, like I have to keep going back through all these rituals and like rememorizing things, and it's different. So I'm oversimplifying that, but that's kind of a big thing that what Albert Pike did. But he's not a hero to anybody that I know of. Like he was a completely flawed person.
Well, a lot of Masons love him. In their literature, they love him. I mean, you could say what you want, but in their literature, they love him. So
I don't know if that's true, man.
Oh, it's 100% true. And what? So let me guess. Manly P. Hall's writings wasn't true either.
Well, we didn't say anyone's writings weren't true. Manly Palmer Hall's writings were true, but he stopped writing about Masonry once they made him a Mason. He wrote everything you've ever read from Manly Palmer Hall that's about Freemasonry. He wrote before he became a Mason.
Of course, because you guys ain't allowed to talk about it ever.
So we don't want to die, bro.
They're allowed to lie about it, though. See, that's what they are allowed to do: lie about it. But they can't.
I mean, to be fair, anyone's allowed to lie about anything.
Right. But let's just keep it real. Masons are allowed to lie and deceive when it comes to their knowledge, because if not, it's part of their rights. What's it say? If you say the knowledge, you'll be disemboweled and hung in your own home, right? Something similar to that.
I mean, not exactly, but yeah, something. You're on the target a little bit. It's just not a bullseye.
Well, that would discourage people from saying something like, damn, hey, maybe if I say something, that might not turn out too great for me, right?
I'll just say I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid for my life of any of it. It's more of just like a respect thing. Like like you, Tommy, like you've probably looked up, and you can look up the Freemasonic Monitor that was written in like the early 1900s, and they expose every handshake, every signal, every ritual, all the way down to the floor plan and exactly where the feet go and all of that. So if anyone cares enough, they can find all the secrets. So when someone's like asking someone else, like, reveal the secret, it's almost like the laziest thing you could do, because if you just look online and do a day's worth of research, there it is. There's all the secrets you could ever want from it.
Yeah.
But really what you're saying is like, will you like break your oath? Will you break a promise that you made for no reason other than just my own entertainment that I don't even care about? So it's kind of like a weird thing to ask someone to do.
Hey guys, here's a link to all Albert Pike stuff. An actual link to a Freemasonic site, so you can read for yourself about his devil worshipping ways. Put that in the description for you. And look, I respect you can't break your little oath, so whatever. You know, we can agree to disagree. Go ahead, Jay.
I was just gonna say, like, I'll speak from my own personal experience. I don't feel any personal need to ask, others to break their oaths, because I oftentimes feel like I know more than the people that are actually in various organizations, just from my own independent research. Kind of like he was saying, like, there's so much, it's all the answers are there, they're provided. I really don't even see what the secret is now. I know it. I mean, I know some things that I believe are secrets that are being kept or whatever. But like, I'll go to the comment section. People will be like demanding answers and responses from me. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, well, what is this, and how do you explain this?" And I'm like, "Google it, bro." Like, or sometimes I'll just ask their question. I'll copy and paste their question into Chat GPT, and I'll be like, "Here's what Chat GPT said. This took me 3 seconds," and it's like that long.
Yeah, I mean, it's all online. You can find it all on the Freemasonic websites, like Chapter 57, the Luciferian Doctrine of Albert Pike. I just shared that link with you guys in the comments.
Right.
This is Freemasonic teaching on a Freemasonic website.
I mean, the first link you posted is legit. Like, I agree with everything that's on that first link. This interesting one.
Yeah, well, the
It
second
says
one,
how Albert Pike went from a Masonic teacher to a satanic devil worshiper. But the article title is actually explaining how the Leo Taxel hoax was attributed to him, and how it actually wasn't any of his writing. That's what the article actually says.
Yeah, well, so you might agree with that part. I don't, and there's many people that do agree with that. But that's just a bunch of.
I just want to be honest. I would find it beyond fascinating if Albert Pike really was a Satanist, and that's why I followed that thread. I was like, that would be the most wild thing ever. I'll write a whole comic book on him. But when you actually tear into it, it's like, would I really want to invest all that time and research into something that is ultimately based on an admitted hoax by Leo Taxel? Because there's so many other things that you could pursue. I don't know. Like, it's not like I would try to like cover up that Albert Pike's a Satanist. If anything, that would make him way more interesting than he is now, because otherwise the most interesting about him is that he like wrote a big long book that a lot of people will never read, and he was a lawyer for Native Americans. Those are like his two things.
Okay.
And also, like, according to my research that I've done into Freemasonry and whatnot, and not only that, but just my own personal experience, there's different levels. Just like when you go to church or something, like there's different levels of understanding and perception about things. You know what I mean? Like, so I could show somebody the square and the compass, and I could show a regular person, be like, "Hey, what does this mean to you?" And they'll internalize it and be like, "Oh, well, to me, it's nothing. It's stupid tools." Or somebody else might interpret a different way. I could take it to a Freemason, a first, noob, fresh in the door, and ask him what it means, and he'll regurgitate whatever secret he just, was told or whatever, I'd be like, oh, well, the compass represents, staying in line, or I'm just making this up. But, and then the square that, that's like for us, and it's all internalized, and it's very symbolic of like being a better person on the inside and stuff. But that's just one level to it. You know what I mean? These symbols go back so
it's all
far.
based
difference
on
between
Solomon's
the
teachings. That's what it all is, based on Solomon's teachings. My grandfather was one of the highest ranking Masons in New York. And look, paranoid is a 32nd. He don't even know the true knowledge. You get that at 33. So people from the lower degrees, they don't even really know what's going on for real. They know about as much as we know. People that have studied the secrets, and look, they do demonize these symbols, because a lot of these symbols didn't start out evil. They invert shit and put negative energy into it. I'm never going to agree with Freemasonry. I never will. And it's never
shout out to Donna. She says, I constantly read and love your comics. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I will never try to justify it. I respect anybody's opinion why they might have did it. I know why you looked into it, brother. You wanted to see if there was any truth in it. So
I wanted to see if Grandpa was like an evil reptile. That was legit. Like the first spark was like, damn, Grandpa was one of these evil, horrible, Satan worshipping World War III Illuminati Mazzini, followers. Damn, like Grandpa was way more interesting than I remember. And that's where it really did spark. I was like, I got to find out if I come from some kind of like occult ancient druid thing, but really it's not. It wasn't exactly like that. Or am I just paid to say that because I'm not allowed to tell you the truth?
Right. We'll never know.
You'll never know.
We'll never know. So,
but how does that make it different than any other person that could just be lying about anything for any other reason?
I mean, people do lie, yeah, but
some people lie just for the sake of it, right? You got like habitual liars that just train themselves to lie about everything.
Yeah, but Masons are they're not allowed to tell the truth, bro. So
I don't know if that's true, man. You're not allowed to reveal, secrets,
so
but it doesn't mean that you lie. Lying is kind of
lying about other things, but when it comes to Masonry, I don't tend to take your word on certain things. Sorry, I just don't. That's my opinion on it. I mean,
I would never intentionally say something deceptive or misleading. I would just say I'm not going to talk about that. That's kind of how I roll.
Well, I respect that, but you know what I mean? That's my opinion on it.
Period. So this is related to the conversation I was having with ChatGPT a bit ago when I said I was arguing with it. You guys care if I read this real quick?
Go for it.
No, go ahead.
All right. So I asked it, according to your vast data points, would you say that it's likely that there are those on Earth in positions of power who have and share knowledge about an inevitable worldwide cataclysm / apocalyptic event? And he says, the idea that individuals in positions of power might possess and share knowledge about an individual worldwide cataclysm or apocalyptic event is a common theme in speculative fiction and conspiracy theories. However, from a factual and scientific standpoint, there is no concrete evidence to support the claim that such knowledge exists or is being concealed by a select few. In the realms of science, global monitoring, information, and potential large-scale risks such as climate change, asteroid threats, or pandemics is generally shared with the public by scientists and researchers. And then it gives me a whole list of reasons why. So I say,
shit.
So I quote it and I said, you said from a factual and scientific standpoint, there's no concrete evidence to support the claim that such knowledge exists or is being concealed by a select few. So I offer to improve your perspective. Consider all of the many references to apocalyptic events, global floods, creation legends of countless tribes, the world across and across time, not to mention every major religion's interest in eschatology. I'd say there's an overwhelming amount of evidence for a world cataclysm that's cyclical in nature. If there was, doesn't it stand to reason that the survivors, even if it's a small number of them, that there would be survivors? And if so, wouldn't it stand to reason that they would never forget such an epic event? And wouldn't they share those experiences and memories with their trusted family members or friends? Wouldn't it be sensible to keep such information a secret from the general population so as to avoid ridicule or worse, when others accuse them of lying or try to get information out of them? These are only a few variables that I can think of. I'm sure that you could think of some really good ones if you tried. Evidence is in the eye of the beholder. Your perception is based off of the general consensus and the majority population when accessing the internet, and it's biased according to your programming. Wouldn't you agree? So it says, your
I'm
perspective
sorry.
raises...
You'll have to come back later. I'm on the server.
We're close.
Hey, the book Morals and Dogma, page 321 is the page that has that passage that I mentioned, guys. Morals and Dogma by Albert Pike, page 321. Read that page about Lucifer the Light Bearer. So there
I
you
think
go.
I have that book on my website.
Oh, yep. Go to Jay DreamerZ's website and read it.
I mean, I literally quoted that. I said that he calls Lucifer the light bearer, and he equates it to Venus. But on that page, he doesn't say that, and this is our God that we worship above all other, or any of that other nonsense.
Okay, well, he's talking about his God and mentions Lucifer, the light bearer. So,
Yeah, what's the exact quote though? Are we just cherry picking words to make it sound like
no, I put
nefarious?
the whole book is up on my motherfucking website now, so they can go read it for themselves. It's up there right now. The whole book, you can read it. As we
It's
were
not a
talking,
secret book too.
I
That
put
was
the
published for
whole
everybody.
damn thing up, so you can read the exact quote, the exact thing for yourself. The pages is in there. The links to it is in there. Everything, guys. You go read it. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, tell us if it mentions World War III on that page.
This ain't about World War III. It's about what he said in his book. I've heard different people say that he didn't write that letter, but like I said, I don't agree with that. You can say it all you want. I don't. That's like saying, "Oh, CNN said this didn't happen, so it didn't happen." I don't go with the status quo of what everybody else believes. Paranoid. Never have, never will. I look into shit for myself and make up my own mind what I want to believe. And that's what I recommend everybody should do. Don't go by what I tell you. Don't go by what another person tells you. Research it and make up your own mind. That's what
I recommend everyone read Morals and Dogma. I think it would make everyone way more occult literate. Like they would understand symbolism 100% more, especially when it comes to the foundation of America.
Yeah, well, just read your, study. That's the only thing I can recommend to you. Do your own research and make up your own mind, because that's what I did. And that's my opinion after I researched it.
Burn a little bit of
you might
sage,
have
maybe.
a totally different opinion than me. You know what I mean? You guys might have a way different opinion than mine after you read it. And that's okay. I would never try to indoctrinate you on my beliefs and tell you, yes, this is what I want you to believe. That's not who I am. I would tell you, go read it, check it out, cross-reference it, and then let me know what you think. You might have a total different opinion than me, and that's all right. Now, that's all I got to say on Albert Pike. Can we get back to the movie now?
What a tangent that was.
Well, I mean, you started the tangent.
Well, I mean, whenever I see the
Let's
World
get
War
back to the
III
movie
quote come
and
up,
get off the masonry shit. Let's get back to the movie now, please. And thank you.
All right, we'll stop talking about the secrets.
I mean, you could just say, I disagree. We didn't have to go on a tangent about it.
I mean, if there's people that are right now reading...
movie, bro, what's your opinion on the movie? I really don't care about Albert Pike no more. I'm over it.
Okay. Well, I got my slides. I'll show you my slides. Albert Pike did nothing wrong. That's going to be the new bumper sticker. Are we good here? There we go. So this is what the movie quote starts out on, and Benjamin Disraeli's got a whole bunch of quotes that are attributed to him that are very conspiratorial. This isn't even the best one. I've got like a whole list of them elsewhere. But it says, "For you see the world is governed by very different personages from what is imagined." And this reminds me of like what Jay was just telling ChatGPT. He was trying to spit game at ChatGPT and tell it like, no, it really is kind of controlled by different than what the popular consensus might be. And the very next slide here is this was actually legit too, and it's funny now because there's so many aspects of this movie. If you try and go and look it up, like even the name of this movie, it'll lead you to some other documentary out there that's not this movie. And there's another version of this. It says FEMA conducts training exercises for clergymen, and this is 100% true. But now, if you try and research this like FEMA clergy exercises, there's all these like FEMA clergy like death squad patrol like meme accounts that are really hard to find the original version of this. But if you look at, if like let's say that theoretically some global cough sickness thing kind of spread across, and the government wanted all of the priests and the clergy to not allow people to congregate because it went against whatever the major narrative was, right? Well, what kind of synchronization between the government and the clergy do you think there'd have to be? Well, that's part of FEMA protocol. FEMA has their own protocol with, okay, if something, if it hits the fan, let's go to all of the leaders of society. And those include the clergy. That includes your pastor. That includes, all the synagogues. And they'll make sure that they kind of get the first heads up, and then it trickles down from there. It's this like normal hierarchy. And Tommy already pointed out this HR 645. That's establishing FEMA to begin with and giving them all the power that they want. And he also showed this what are they spraying? This is part of like a montage where they were just showing a whole bunch of different clips of conspiracy theories and stuff. But man, this is like one of the OG conspiracy theories I remember from the late 90s and the early 2000s that got me in big. And I was in the Air Force while this was going on. I remember asking around about this, and I got some like interesting answers. I don't know if they were messing with me or not, but and then here's another version. These are all like facts from the movie that they're kind of throwing out there because they meet up with a legit conspiracy theorist that's done all of his research and he's got all of the receipts. So he's going through all of these and showing how even in World War I, we got pulled into that war through this Lusitania sinking, and that they later admitted that it wasn't actually sunk. There was another one where they're talking about, unreliable intelligence that led into the Vietnam. This is that article where they actually claim that, oh yeah, that boat actually never even sunk, and that was all planned to get us into the war. And then they have this quote here: "You can't prove there aren't secret masters." And that one's like you can't prove a negative ever. Like that's a logical fallacy, anyways. But it's a good point. Like you can't prove that someone didn't do something because there'll never be a negative version of proof. You can prove if someone did it because there might be evidence, but never the inverse. And then this is where it gets into this Tarsus Club. And from what I understand, the movie, like the whole movie's fictional. It's kind of a mockumentary. And once they come to this particular part of the movie about the Tarsus Club and Mark Tucker, this is all completely fictional. Like no longer can you look up what they're talking about and find like legit information. This one will lead right back to reviews about this movie. But the concept is that this guy, Mark Tucker, is like I don't know if he's like an Alex Jones or a John Ronson or something, but he understands what this secret club is about. And then here they say it's a retreat for politicians, and you can see they've got this unalived bull at the bottom. And even the movie, as you watch it come in, and one of the shots that Tommy was showing, it says and then there's like a bunch of blurry letters, and then it says conspiracy. So the name of the movie is The Conspiracy, but it says The Mithras Conspiracy, but they're not allowed to say that it's about Mithras yet. So, and then this guy, it dates it a little bit, but he goes and he tries to reach out to this guy here, Mark Tucker, and he finds him online, and the guy basically tells him, take down everything that you've written about Tarsus, and I'll meet you. I'm the one that wrote this article. And he goes to meet the guy, and the guy's basically saying, you know, I've exposed everything, but you got to be, you know, be careful. And he gets them insider information so they can actually sneak into this like secret ritual. And this is such a great quote. This is one of these guys are talking about, and they say, well, how does, if it's like the secret society, if it's Bohemian Grove, for example, then why does anyone know about it? And he makes a great point that a total media blackout of like the Bohemian Grove or this Tarsus club is a complete void. And that void is just asking them to be filled with fertile imagination. So it's like, if you don't give the public some version of what's going on in the woods or some version of what's going on inside of the Oval Office, basically, then they're just going to theorize on their own and come up with whatever they're going to. So you need to kind of establish that. It's very Hegelian. Like, this is like Hegelian dialectics a little bit. And then there's a whole bunch of different quotes in the movie from like real clips. Like, these are all actual clips of different people throughout time calling for a new world order. So, I mean, again, just the premise that it's got all these cool little clips and quotes from like JFK. It's got the entire secret society speech from JFK in this movie. And then finally they mention that this is about the worship of Mithras, and that Mithras was one of the oldest secret societies, and they would go in these underground caves in order to worship him, and that this was the world's first like global secret society. And it shows all these different spots where they found actual either Tophets or other, you know, sacred sites that were dedicated to Mithras, and a lot of them were underground. If you look into like old churches and cathedrals and a lot of sort of like Catholic buildings, they'll build directly on top of old Mithraic temples. And then they're showing that, I don't know how much this one was correct, but it said that the act of the handshake, like if I were just to walk up to, you know, Jay in public and like, hey, what's going on? You kind of give each other a regular handshake. That itself is this symbolic occult reference to Mithras from 4,000 years ago. And that the handshake is the secret handshake. And it's just that we've done it for so long, it's no longer a secret. But the original version of this was a secret handshake. And then it's got a bunch of quotes about this bull, tying the bull to Mithras. That's why it's called the Tarsus Club, like the Taurus Club. And there's Ronald, you know, Ronnie R. Spitting some fire. And then this is the part where a little bit of a spoiler alert. But these guys that are doing this documentary, they sneak in, but after they sneak in, they're found out. And towards the end, they don't realize that they've been found out until it's way too late, and they're getting chased through the woods. And when this lady comes on and she kind of says and explains it, they're so accustomed to getting infiltrated by people that are sneaking in or trying to expose them that they just make it part of the ritual. So at this point, you realize that these two guys that thought that they were infiltrating this like secret Bohemian Grove style club, they were like intentionally let in on the secret because they were going to be the bull. They were going to serve as that sacrificial rite for the rest of the group to kind of go through with. So that's my last slide for this particular part of the movie. And then I got some others of the actual Bohemian Grove right here. And I got a book too.
That's what it was referencing, the Bohemian Grove.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I think it was all about Bohemian Grove, because they're talking about like guys that are doing this like sacred worshiping out in the middle of nowhere and no one else is invited. These are all the dudes from Bohemian Grove, by the way.
I wonder if they really hunt people at the Bohemian Grove like that. That's pretty freaking nuts.
Here's a very old version from 1909 of cremation of care ritual. So this is a mock, sort of like a mock unalivement that they would do. And then here, this is an actual photo of the real cremation of care ritual. This big stone in the background. This was, according to Bohemian Grove legend, this was there when they went to scout this spot out, and they call this like the owl stone. and then they built this platform all around it. But this owl is in front of which they do the cremation of care, and they call it the cremation of care because they're literally burning their cares of all the horrible things they did that year, right? Like if they took, you know, grandma's house away and then grandma didn't get a bed in the hospital and grandma's not here anymore, and they did that times, you know, 100,000 or times a million, they just burn all of the guilt and all of the feelings that a normal person would go through. They just burn it, you know, every summer in this little sort of getaway camp, and they get drunk and they frolic and they, you know, dress up and do drag, and then they burn their cares away. And that's kind of the premise of Bohemian. Here's another version of it, 1907, I think this says. So I mean, it's a huge sort of operation, fireworks, and modern day they've got
Both the owl
projection
represent
lasers.
Minerva. What happened to Jay? Where'd Jay go?
Did Jay get kicked out?
I don't know. I don't see him down at the bottom.
If anyone has ever seen the show House of Cards, this is the one that Kevin Spacey was on right as he got canceled, and he was the president of the U.S. And spoiler alert too, in case you care. But in the last season or the next to last season, right before he becomes president, there's this huge storyline where it's him versus this younger guy that's running against him, and the younger guy seems to be winning out in public, like he's killing it in the polls, and he's going on TV shows, and he's doing the talk show circuit, and he's doing everything right, and it looks like he's got all the momentum. And Frank Underwood, he's Kevin Spacey that's running for president. He's like, I'm not going to do all that nonsense. I'm not going to go on the talk show circuits. I'm going to go to this Bohemian Grove ritual, and they call it Elysium Fields in the TV show, but it's clearly Bohemian Grove. Look at the big owl statue behind him. And then I had a couple others that are mixed in here. This is another actual image from Bohemian Grove, 1925. They put on these big elaborate plays, or these huge mushrooms, and they're all fairies in the background. Again, these are all leaders of industry and politics. This is back when it was like real lo-fi, when they actually had tents set up. It's no longer like that. Another mock unalivement ritual. Here's the modern day version. This is probably from like maybe 90s or 2000s. So you can see they've got this little platform built up around what they said is a natural owl-shaped stone. And then here we go. This is back to there's Frank Underwood. And he's showing you right here. Look, there's that owl in the background again. And what I was getting at is that they're showing you in this show that it doesn't matter how well you do in the public sphere and all the interview circuits. What you really have to do is garner the support of this secret elite. So he goes to Bohemian Grove and he convinces everyone at Bohemian Grove to vote for him. And that means way more than getting everyone in America wanting to vote for the other guy. So I thought that was just such like a great nod to Bohemian Grove. And I wonder how many people that even watched House of Cards and saw that season even put that together, that they were talking about such a specific place. Because I remember going online and reading reviews, and a lot of people were like, what was with that weird episode where he like goes out into the woods? And I didn't really get it. And I don't know, man. I wish like everybody knew this, that it was just regular knowledge, you know, that Bohemian Grove exists. So there you go. That's my slides and my my thoughts on it so far.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. We might have scared Jay. Jay said he had to
It was getting too. It was turning into World War III in here, bro.
He just don't probably know how me and you are anyway. So we always
Yeah, that's true. Someone mentioned that Walter Cronkite used to narrate the ceremony. 100% true. That's so crazy to me too, because everyone used to talk about Walter Cronkite as this like infallible voice of the people, and you know he'd never steer us wrong. But I mean, I get I get your same sort of like, you know, not wanting to trust what someone says from a secret group, because it's the same exact thing. Like I wouldn't trust anything Walter Cronkite says because he's part of Bohemian Grove. Like how could you, right?
right. But I mean, you know, I mean, I do trust you a little bit. In real life, I do trust you. Just the whole secret shit, I don't know, bro. You know how I feel about the whole Mason thing. I mean, I thought about infiltrating it myself, but it seems like a lot of work to me. And I don't know
It's a lifetime. It'll be a lifetime of work to infiltrate.
I don't know if I want to pay them either. They want you to pay. Oh shit! There was just a shooting right before we went live here in my local area, but what? Hold on a second. Let me see something. Oh, sorry guys. All right. Yeah, but you know, me and Paranoid are cool. We it was just a little heated argument. Nothing to worry about. It's all good over here. You know what I'm saying? Um a lot of people think that Albert Pike didn't write that letter. There's many people that I've interviewed that believe that he didn't write it, and maybe he didn't. I don't know. To me, I thought he, you know, my opinion is I think he did, but it's okay to have different opinions and different point of views.
I would prefer that he did. I really would. I would like to find conclusive proof that he actually wrote about World War III, because I would find it fascinating. Like there would be, like, it's not like I care anything about Albert Pike's legacy now. So if we found something crazy like that out, it wouldn't change anything for me.
But I mean, most of the time when you tell me something, I usually research it and end up agreeing with you, you know. But I've heard that different story from so many different people, and I just don't know if I agree with that one. But it could be true. Who knows?
I mean, if someone uncovered the letter, or if someone uncovers something else from Leo Taxel that said that it was true, and it'll never happen though, because it's like we're talking 200 years ago.
Right. So we don't know for real. And what it is, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that serious.
Here we go. Here's some old versions. So they used to dress the owl up a little bit to make it look more of an owl.
Wow.
Creepy ass looking thing. See that?
Kind of looks like an eagle there.
Yeah, this, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
And
what that picture was
that
from.
owl is Minerva, right? The god of wisdom.
Correct. Yeah. Here's their official club,
which
Bohemian
is
Club.
also what's his face's logo? Drake.
Yeah. Here's some artwork. This is, so I've got a whole bunch of different Bohemian. I only grabbed 2 of them off my shelf.
What is
these
this
are really these are rare now. These are really hard to come by. But this is essentially what Jay was saying, like, oh, it looks like a yearbook. Yeah, this is basically a Bohemian Club yearbook. And this one is a yearbook that kind of covers from, I think, 1988 to 96. Yeah. So this is like, to me, this was my peak conspiracy theory. This is when I was like finding all about Illuminati and, you know, the wars and, you know, playing records backwards and everything. But look at this. This is there's some like really insane stuff in here. So just
that's
dudes having
very
fun.
interesting. Backmasking, how they play the records backwards. I love listening to them clips. Like there's so many crazy ones, but now with AI, you never know, man. I don't trust shit no more with AI.
I think that's good. I don't think anyone should have ever been trusting anything.
I know.
There you go. These are leaders of industry and finance and politics.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Good looking.
They look so. I'm not gonna say nothing.
And look at this production. So this is the kind of play that they put on when they're not doing cremation to care. But look at how intricate these costumes are. And they do a brand new play every single year with, you know, choreography, music, like orchestral music, costume design, set design, lighting design, everything you could imagine. Look at how many people are involved in this. I mean, these are huge productions. And there's some photos in here that show like how many people are actually out there.
Oh my!
And then
Lord.
here's some other ones dressed up like royalty.
Dude, this is such a weird event, Bohemian Grove, ain't it?
Look at this one. This one is Ghostbusters themed. Look at it's got a little Ghostbuster logo on his backpack, and they've got like green ectoplasm. And this guy's like floating, getting possessed. But this is just so weird to see Bohemian Grove and Ghostbuster crossover, right?
Yeah, it's so bizarre. And it's like they do all these acting things, which kind of is crazy because on the world stage, they do a lot of acting too. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they're great at it, man.
They really are.
Little Sherlock Holmes going on here.
I wonder if that's different levels of their little secret society. Like, oh, you got to pull this event off and pretend it's real. Like the parachuters coming into Hamas, that was all not real. Did you see that? There's a video showing the truth where that video's from. It was from Egypt a year prior to that. It's not even from where they said it was. And it was on all these foreign news stations that showed it. It was shown in India. It was shown in many different foreign countries except America. And then you look into who owns the media here in America, and it's mostly owned by Israel. So go figure.
And Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, and Bohemian Grove, which are one and the same. So a lot of people from there that definitely have strong ties to Israel.
And here's this little
What is
they've
that?
got this like saying, right? So Owl's Hoot is like their little newsletter and like a little cartoon. And it says you're weaving again. And basically because as you enter Bohemian Grove, they got this sign that says
Weaving spiders come not here.
That's exactly it. And this guy's basically telling them like, hey, you're drunk and talking about politics and business again, and you're not supposed to, or you're drunk and you're spilling the secrets and you're not supposed to say the quiet parts out loud. So this is like a reminder that even when your buddy's getting drunk, like make sure that they're not speaking out of turn. Like even in this like high, and they're making a joke out of it here, but it's not a joke. It's like you better not be weaving.
How do you get on this newsletter?
You'd have to be a member.
Oh, so you can't sign up for it.
No, you don't just sign up for it.
You can't just subscribe to their newsletter.
So I get all these from estate sales. Usually when someone's like grandpa dies, every once in a while they would have been like a Bohemian Grove member. And
Wow.
if they don't know what they got, they'll put it up on eBay or whatever. Not anymore. Now these books are going for like $600+, but I got these for like $20-$30 in the early 2000s. But look at this. Here's a great photo. If I can get the stupid glare not to show it. Look at that. Look at how massive that thing is.
So Alex Jones said he snuck in there, remember? But then he admitted later on that he got invited in.
Did he?
Yeah, he said he did a whole video on it that he got invited in, but his invitation they were trying to feel. I forget what all he said. I don't want to misquote him, but yeah, he admitted that he got invited in. So he tried to act like he snuck in, but that wasn't even true. You know, there is a lot of deception in the truther community.
Look at this one. They got a Bohemian Grove, Jack Nicholson, and look, that's Adam West at Bohemian Grove, the original Batman.
Why is he tied to the chair?
Because they're reenacting a scene from Batman, right? Because that's the Joker on the right, but that's the actual Adam West on the left there at Bohemian Grove.
That Joker character, I just was doing a decode on the Joker, and I'll show you after this. It's pretty interesting.
Look at that. I mean, they're occult as hell, man. Look at this. Look at the artwork they're breaking down. And then here we've got, I'm not going to say what's going on there. A little unalivement.
Yeah, that looks very weird. I mean,
these people, they love dressing up. It's like one of their favorite things to do.
I mean, it's very bizarre when you see presidents and governors dressed up in, so weird. I would love to read that book, dude.
Yeah, look at this. I think they're doing like a Trojan horse play. I'm not really sure what this one was. Oh, the Leonardo betrayal, the horse. Yeah. So, and there's one in here too. I don't know if I passed it already, but it's got a picture of. There we go. This was exactly what I was looking for. So there's Junior and Papa Bush. There's Newt Gingrich.
Newt Gingrich is in there. Wow.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's very interesting.
Lilu of Tiananmen Square. But yeah, there's.
What about Trump? Has he ever been there?
I'm not sure. I don't know if I don't think he has been. I think he I don't think he's a friend of a lot of the people that get invited here. This dude looks like Colonel Sanders. I know he's not supposed to be.
Who is it more at Bohemian Grove? It's like Republicans, right?
It is Republicans, yeah, mostly. But so it doesn't have, you don't have to be a Republican to enter.
So what do the Democrats have? Do they have like a Bohemian Grove?
I think that's just like hanging out with Marina Abramovich and doing spirit cooking. That's their version of Bohemian Grove.
That I would rather go to
And then here
Bohemian.
I got one
If
other
I had
one
to
that I just
choose
wanted to
one,
show.
Bohemian Grove or Marina Abramovich, I think I'm going to see the play at Bohemian Grove. I couldn't hang out with Marina, and they eat all that weird stuff, dude. No, I'm good.
Yeah, would you eat any of the hors d'oeuvres that they were serving?
No, because I know what goes into them. No,
Okay, here's
I'm
what I was looking for. So this is a section on the architecture. So you saw earlier I was showing you some of like the tents and stuff, but as it grew, so here's like how many people that it would normally seat. This is not a fully packed house, but you can see that there's, I don't know, there's probably like 20 to 30 people per table, and there's hundreds of different tables here. So I mean, this place, if you know, if something were to go off and everyone was there, it would take out a huge portion of media. And then here's what some of like the little, it looks like a watchtower almost. Here's what some of the structures look like, but there's others that are like legit vacation home looking things. So this is kind of like the evolution of it over time. These ones are abandoned. Like this is what it used to look like in the 90s, and they just took pictures of like the old encampments. The newer one's a little bit more modern. Here's another version of what it used to look like. See, it's got the little owl
Now I
on the front.
guarantee Bohemian Grove too, bro. I wonder like what it used to be before they picked that location. You know, it had to be something ancient, like to maybe the Native Americans. I don't know.
Yeah, they love doing that.
They
They love
probably
taking someone
stole it.
else's sacred ground.
Yeah, they always do that. And then they'll build their little temples on top of other sacred grounds. You know what I mean? Like for the natives and in a lot of these secret societies, I like what Jay thinks with the whole plasma apocalypse thing. That's probably a lot of the knowledge and I'm not talking about, you know, masons and stuff like that. I'm talking about real high levels. Um that's probably the knowledge that they guard and don't let us know about, cuz just think about how much power is in that, bro. If you know these cataclysms are going to happen, everything's cyclical like Jay talks about, and then you know when it's going to take place, the next one. That looks like the thing in front of the Utah or the Hoover Dam. You ever see them two angels in front of the Hoover Dam?
I don't think so, no.
They kind of
Or if
look
I
like
did, I'm not pulling it up in my head.
yeah, they kind of look like that a little bit.
Yeah, here's Apollo. Two different statues of Apollo that
Did
the
you watch
Bohemian
the
Grove
last
owns.
episode of The Changeling?
Oh, is there a new one out, or are you talking about one that came out like weeks ago?
The one that came out where Apollo was running and that big giant killed, where he was running from the big giant and they all got on the boat. That big troll giant.
No, I haven't seen that one yet. Spoiler alert.
Oh, spoiler alert. Yeah, it was so fascinating.
I was trying to find another. There was another picture I was showing you before we started that looked like a reptilian alien from the future, but it was a picture that they drew in 1927, and I've never pulled it up before. It was blowing my mind.
Yeah, these pictures are fascinating.
So I'll have to
Because
pull some more of these out sometime.
people would never see these images. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
There's
stuff you're
Richard
never
Nixon.
going to see. Oh,
There's
wow.
Nixon.
Nixon.
We've
Man.
got Gerald Ford, another president.
He was a terrible president, too.
There's Walter Cronkite, right? We were saying Walter Cronkite. He was the voice of the announcer when they did the cremation of care ritual for the longest time. So there's your homie. There's the friend of the American public and media.
Walter Cronkite.
They love dressing up, man. It's like one of their favorite things to do is dress up there.
Oh, that's
Richard Nixon had something to say about that. And then here's another one. See, and what they're doing is like they show that they're interacting with these celestial beings now, you know, demons or whatever, But like every one of their plays, when they do these cremation of care rituals, that's what this spark from the sky is kind of showing, is that, you know, they're almost defying God. And I want to go into the whole a golden bough ritual, but they're basically inverting the natural law of things. The natural law of things is that old things grow old and they die and they pass on to the new generation. But what Bohemian Grove represents is nepotism and keeping your power and just spreading it around with your friends and never actually dying and just keeping it at this like high class. And they do it not only in the real world and the real business and media and everything, you know, like you have to be in the group to be part of the group, but they also do it ritualistically. This is the occult version of doing the same thing they do in real life.
Right, passing the power down. They all marry each other, like they're marrying their cousins. And look at the Rothschilds, dude. They keep the money in the family. And, you know, I can't prove this, but I definitely believe that their technology is so far advanced from ours, bro. These people probably been downloading their consciousness for a long time now. They probably ain't dying for real.
Love dressing up.
They damn sure do.
This could get someone canceled, no? Couldn't this get someone canceled right now?
You would think, but no.
And look at the front. Why are they talking about the 12 tribes of Israel up here?
Yeah, that should get someone canceled right there.
Look, to have the 12 tribes of Israel appear in the final scene, so he recruited members of 12 grove camps. Wow. So even the plays themselves are like, you know, representing these other occult aspects.
Well, hold on, go back to that page. So they're saying the 12 tribes of Israel, and then they're showing these people?
Yeah, so it says the prophecies. So these are all the different plays, right? So this one's Tallyland from 1987, talking about Louis the 13th or Louis the 18th. This one's called The Prophecy, which they did in 1990, had 337 costumes. And it says, along with the principal players, we had a singing chorus of temple priests, villagers, Hebrew and Philistine armies, dancers, animals, flag bearers, armor bearers, and courtiers. Our director, Peter Arnott, decided he wanted to have the 12 tribes of Israel appear in the final scene, so he recruited members of 12 grove camps for an impressive final.
That's wow. I'm wondering like why they showed them specific race groups there. That's very strange, right? And guess what?
They had a play that they put on that took place in the Orient. That's what it said there.
Guess what equals 337, bro? Manifesting. They had 337 costumes, right?
They did in that play.
And manifesting is 337 in Latin. So wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I can't find the other one, man. You can see there's so many freaking pages in this book. There's so much weird stuff in here, and I've got like 4 or 5 more of these too.
Is that one of your books you're selling?
No, no, these ones aren't for sale.
Damn, because I know Paranoid American's selling some of his old books that he took notes on his website, and they're pretty cool books. Like
I got one that I can show off that I'll probably be listing soon, but I wanted to do a video on it first. If you haven't seen it, this is like an OG book.
I want one of them Bohemian Grove ones.
Here we go. Bam, bro. You ever seen or heard about this one?
Codex Magica. Yeah, I've heard about it, but I never read it.
Dude, look, this is like one of my favorite OG conspiracy books of all time. I'm not going to say that I give it all the credit in the world. But dude, look, first of all, look how thick this thing is, dude. This is 269 pages, but it's like, I don't know if I can easily show the scale here, but like there's a full-size Sharpie. This book is massive.
Oh, it's a big book.
It is a big boy.
And Tex Mars, I loved him, dude. Tex Mars, did he get killed or they said he died, but
I mean, he got unalive. He's no longer here. But man, this whole book is just nothing but secret symbolism. So like here, I'm just gonna randomly open any random page, right?
He was
so here they're talking about the witch's god and the horned god, and he says,
"Oh, go back up to that. What type of star is in that witch's head right there? Is that the 8-pointed star?"
It is.
Oh wow! Look at that, Sir Nunos. Is that Sir Nunos? The
What do you mean,
horned
the god? No, this is Pan.
Oh, that's Pan. Okay, well,
Yeah, Pan the horned god.
Cernunnos is a horned god as well, and that's who they named Cern after. But that's crazy. Pan has the 8-pointed star, and we see this 8-pointed star over and over again throughout society. The star of Ishtar, the star of Inanna. So I believe it's connected to Nibiru, right? That star. We see it when you go into Las Vegas. We see it bunch of different secret societies, but there's the Vivica Pisces up there.
Yep, here's
The seal of Babylon, a brotherhood. Oh wow, that's their seal. Tex Mars was my favorite. You know, a lot of people like Jordan Maxwell. I like Tex better.
I love Jordan Maxwell.
I loved him too, but Tex Mars, dude, he was on
Here's
another.
one. Dude, this book has got some crazy classic images. So here's Jane Mansfield drinking from a ritual cup with Anton LaVey in a satanic ritual.
Oh wow. What do you think about Anton LaVey's daughter being a clone?
being what's her name? Taylor Swift.
Yeah. What do you think about that? As you think that's
I mean,
BS?
I think it's entertaining.
They do look
Like,
very similar.
there's Ball doing what Ball does.
Accepting children.
He'll accept you,
Yeah,
kicking and screaming. Yeah, this whole entire section is basically just on horned gods. I'm guessing because I just opened it up at random. So yeah, look right here. So this entire section is just on all the horned gods of history.
Is Taint in there?
Is who?
Taint.
Taint?
Yeah, the girl goddess of Carthage.
Oh, Tanit. Let me see.
I call her Taint.
Taint. No. I mean, I think Tanit has been a little bit more of like a modern discovery and research topic, but like this has got all kinds of. I mean, I bet you this.
Tanit.
I bet he calls Albert Pike out. I bet you that.
Tanit looks like oh man, she looks like I showed her to Jay before. She looks like the damn stick man. You know, the stick man, which is a representation of plasma.
Here you go. Look at this. It was actually on the very next page.
Hell no.
Here, where's the? Let me zoom in. There we go.
There's Albert Pike. What's he say about him?
So here, I'll read it. That which we must say to the crowd is that we worship a god, but it is the God that one adores without superstition. To you, sovereign grand inspectors general, we say that you may repeat it to the brethren of the 32nd, 31st, and 30th degrees. The Masonic religion should be by all of us initiate of the high degrees, maintained in the purity of the Luciferian doctrine. If Lucifer were not God, would Adonai culminate, spread false and harmful statements about him? Yes, Lucifer is God. But look at the quote here. It's not from Morals and Dogma. This is A.C. de le Rêve, La Femme et Franck Mentionne Universelle. I butchered that horribly. But
Page
that,
588.
if you
But that's all I'm talking about. I mean, you know, that's a lot of people quote it. It's not like I made some shit up.
No, 100%. But if you look at the source of this quote also comes from a Leo Taxil writing. So really it hinges how much you believe this particular quote on how much you believe Leo Taxil. If Leo Taxil were commendable, I think it would be interesting and worth looking into. But anyways, that's I mean, it was just funny. That was literally the next page. I didn't even have to look it up. That was the next page because it's right in the middle of all of this like Baphomet and Satan and like Lucifer research. Because Tex Mars definitely believed
what's
that.
Leo Taxil's backstory?
Leo Taxil.
That card right there, that looks like the star card. That's what you're showing there. What is that?
This is from a well-known witchcraft newspaper.
Oh wow, that looks like a representation of the star.
And here's the other part of it. So it was called what? The White Light Pentacles Sacred Spirit Products, Traditional Magics for the New Aeon.
And that logo that they have, that 5-pointed star upwards, that ain't even an evil logo, but they've inverted it and attached evil to it. It represents the mind, body, and soul. But
You know. So
they're
this
so
is the next chapter, and this one. So the last one was all about devils and horn gods, and then the next chapter is all about like the symbolism of it. So they start out with
Fitz
the
Spring
three
Minor.
versions of Diablo, right? And then here we've got George Bush doing the Longhorn sign, and then here's just a bunch of people.
Difference between I love you, which if he was doing the I love you, his thumb would be out, guys. When you put
Right,
your
that's
thumb
this one.
in, touching, yes, that's I love you in sign language. With your thumb out, with your
So
thumb
he's
in,
doing the horns.
yes, that they say that means casting a hex on you, right? That's
What
what
else?
Anton
And then they
LaVey.
show all of the Bush family doing it, right? They show this one's a little bit different, right? He's kind of doing the I love one. Here we've
Yeah,
got Reagan doing it. Here we've got Dan Quayle doing it. Everyone's doing it. Look at this. There's so many.
I know. I did a
Mario
video.
Como. There's Marion Barry, the guy that got caught smoking crack. There's Prince William, everyone's favorite prince. There's Silvio. He was the guy that had like 8 million
I wish they wouldn't
Italian
include
ladies.
the ones with their thumbs out, though, because that to me is I love you. So just show us the ones where their thumbs are in.
Well, I mean,
hate
Tex
when
Mars
people
makes
do
a
that.
point that even the thumbs out is evil.
Okay, what's he say about it?
This is right here. He says, this is Tex Mars. 3 versions of the El Diablo sign of Satan the Horn God. The hand sign at right is also the death signature or signing for I love you, a fact which has many people confused. But he claims that this was actually put into sign language to just reflect, I guess, like to invert, right? Like saying I love you actually meaning Satan is the ultimate inversion. So that's his particular view on why it was actually made that way. And I think he goes into a little bit more detail on some of it. But this
That's
is, I mean, it's
interesting.
crazy. Like he's got like I don't know how many pictures all dedicated to just people making these hand signals. And then here we go. Secret handshakes of the Illuminati. Right? And that this again from that movie, they were saying that every handshake was originally a secret handshake. But look at this. This is pretty crazy. I mean,
What type
that's a
of?
little bit overt, right?
Yeah, that's like a gangbanging handshake right
And it
there.
says 1963 New York's mayor Wagner welcomes Ireland's president to the Big Apple. And then it says that the Irish leader was at New York's Idlewild Airport on his way to DC for the slain JFK's funeral. Strangely, the smiling mayor looks to be in high spirits. And then this one goes into like, oh, dude, there's so many of these like secret little handshakes. And then we've got the Brotherhood, secret Freemasonic handshakes, and then he breaks a lot of these down. But look at this.
Whoa! Stop right there. What is that all about?
So the drawing of the ancient Babylonian god Nebo from a dictionary of the Bible makes him appear to be instructing adepts on finer points of using hand signs because he's basically pointing to a very specific place on his hand with his thumb and placing his fingers in a specific way. So it says he was known for exchanging mysterious grips. In fact, Nebo's title was interpreter of the gods, and he was said to be the god of learning and of letters. The biblical king Nebuchadnezzar in the book of Daniel was named after Nebo.
Nebo, I never heard of this gentleman. I got to look into him. He looks like he has them horns like the Anunnaki.
Yeah, I mean every horned god, right? The original gods were all these horned gods of agriculture and storm, and you would usually sacrifice to them.
Like Inky and Enlil, they had them sit that same head garb as he's wearing right there, Nebo. So and they had them same watches. What do you think them watches were they had on, dude?
They're styling, bro. Those are probably a Rolex.
No, some people think they were like, how do you spell Nebo?
N-E-B-O.
Wonder what that
Yeah, it's right there. Nebo. and that's where Nebuchadnezzar got his name. I never heard that before. I mean, I've read this thing before, but like, what are you gonna do? Memorize everything in this thing? You know what I mean?
So that's 36 in ordinal, which is the 666 triangular number. It's 19 in Chaldean. I got to look at this god now.
And this is what I was talking about before. Like, if you really want to know what are considered the secrets of Freemasonry, you can look up Richardson's Monitor of Freemasonry. And he breaks all of the secret handshakes down, all of the different secret phrases. Like, I didn't publish this, so I don't think I'm getting in trouble for showing it. But like, here's all the little special handshakes and where you put your thumb on which knuckle and all of that stuff. Like, you can, and I've talked to somebody that claims that they read through this monitor and went and they joined Freemasons without actually becoming one. Like, they just knew what the handshakes were and were able to like sneak into lodge. I don't know why you would even care, but yeah, and here's all the different. So you've got the entered apprentice, fellow craft, master mason.
So he was one of the lesser gods, Nebo. He's one of the more, no, I guess he was one of the more important minor deities in Babylonian and Assyrian pantheons. And he was in this Babylonian harvest festival. So there he is, harvest connection. You know,
and look at this. They call the grip of the fellow craft the sign of Pan.
The sign of Pan.
That's what they call it. And then,
he outlasted Nabo outlasted even the great Marduk. Wow, that's interesting. Among the gods of Mesopotamia, Nabo became the most prominent, outlasting even the great Marduk in memory of the people. Holy cow. And they say Marduk was Nimrod. So I wonder who Nabo really is then. That's weird. I got to look into him, dude. I like learning about these old gods. You know, to find out like where they originated from, what is the truth on them, the Council of Foreign Relations. Look at these weirdos.
Yeah, so it says that as its logo, it has a conquering wild naked man riding a white horse while giving the sign of admiration and astonishment. That's putting your hand out like that. That's also this kind of little move here.
Bill Clinton's doing.
And then it says I love this stuff. It says the hands are pointed towards the CFR's hidden master in the stars, the prince of the power of air, Lucifer. Notice too the black circular background and the cryptic Latin inscription, which means everywhere. The logo, this logo until recently was printed on every issue of the CFR's official publication called Foreign Affairs. The man on the white horse comes from the Bible's Revelation 6, the four horsemen of the apocalypse. The first rider comes riding on a white horse.
Wow.
You got Ozzy.
Ozzy, is Ozzy dead?
No, he's not dead yet, I don't think.
Get out of here. He's still alive?
What's this one? This is a 6-pointed star.
Oh, wow. And that kind of reminds me of the Wicker Man thing too, with their hands up. That's like what that goddess Tanet or whatever, however you pronounce her name, she does. That same symbol, like you see the Freemasonic symbol right there, go down where his hands are straight up. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. That's like the one Tanet has, similar, which reminds me of the Wicker Man.
Here, let's see what this one is.
I'm
on the square. They're doing more Illuminati, Freemason. Yep. So here's more of the Freemason secrets. And I mean, legit, if you're actually interested in like exposing secrets of Freemasonry, this Richardson's Monitor is probably your first stop. It's super old at this point because he revealed it in like the early 1900s or late 1800s or something. Yeah, 1826. So like, he exposed it, but he exposed it 200 years ago. So there's probably like a little bit more like new info that's come out since then.
Yeah, I would imagine, right? What's up
There
with
you go.
Tanet? What do you know about Tanet, the goddess Tanet?
Tanit,
However you pronounce her crazy
that
name.
it was the Canaanite goddess, and that like Baal and Moloch and Marduk got all the attention. But from what I understand, anyone that was like in the know was actually worshiping Tanit, and I'm probably saying it wrong too. But that she was also like one of the very first sort of like secret goddesses, because the exoteric public, they would be worshiping all the typical male deities, but all of the like inner cabal, they were worshiping Tanit, and they actually were worshiping a female deity, but they kind of kept it secret because they felt like that would be more powerful if like only they were doing that and it was kept from the rest of the profane. Look at this, the secret
Wow.
word. There's another secret word. I'm not going to say it out loud. Name of the devil who leads millions of demons out of the pit of hell.
That's very fascinating too.
Yeah, these
Yeah,
are all.
I love learning all the old stuff. Like I never knew about that Tanet goddess until you posted her on your Facebook, and then I went and looked into her, and I'm like, whoa, what is going on with her? Ball Herman's wife, right? His counterpart. Which ain't that Astara?
Starte, and well, I mean, these gods and goddesses like blend together after so long, and they kind of become the same thing. Oh, look at this one, dude. This is the one from the from The Exorcist, right? Pazuzu.
Oh, Pazuzu, he's a reptilian right
There he
there.
is. Dude, look at this one. What the hell is this little dude?
Hold on.
Pre-Aztec figurine.
What's it? It's green. Let me see. Hold on, because I
No,
was over
it
here.
says a pre-Aztec figurine. Looks like a little
Oh
homunculus.
yeah. Wow, that I wonder if that's the rain god. Damn, what's that god's name? There's a rain god. It starts Tolok. Tolok is crazy, bro. So listen to what they would do. They would take children and pull their fingernails off. Look this up. I swear to God, this is
Yeah,
true.
it would make them cry so that
Yep.
their tears would represent the rain
Yeah,
falling down
sympathetic
from the
magic,
sky.
bro.
It's
So
as above, so below.
that's crazy. Like what in Tolok was a green god that it was like, dude, the rain gods of Aztec culture were some of the worst gods for real. It's pretty crazy what they was all about. Like, think about that, man. Um, and the Aztecs, they had so many. If you look at the bottom of their pyramids, well, the depictions of them, anyways, during one of them festivals, it was crazy, bro. Just piles and piles of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at that sick ass book.
Whoa, the double headed. That logo ties back to what they say was Tataria, I believe. But you know, I mean, there's a lot of lies with that too.
There
Like
you go. There's the
sold.
cover of Morals and Dogma right there.
I'm not sold on the World Fair shit with Tataria. How they're like, yeah, look, it's all advanced civilizations because of the World Fair, and they show the stupidest pictures, which like don't even what you know what I'm saying. And I believe Tataria probably did have these resets and was maybe an empire, but I don't believe the whole World Fair narrative of it. It just seems kind of stupid to me. They'll show like, oh, they lit up the lights at the World Fair, and that'll be a reason why they say we had advanced technology back then. So this is the symbol, guys, of that goddess Tanet. Don't it look like what Jay talks about with the stick man? The one in the middle right there. And then even the moon, this half moon symbol, that symbol also reminds me of the plasma apocalypse right here. Look, guys, with the half moon and the 8-pointed star that would open up in the sky, and they would say that was a stargate that these entities would come through. It looks just like that with that Tanet goddess. So I wonder if she was worshipped at the end of, you know, one of these great resets that took place.
Okay, this is what happens if you reveal the secrets.
Oh shit! Is that what they say?
I mean, this is right out of Richardson Monitor of Freemasonry.
Master elect of
Says
nine.
home of the societies call this degree the elected knights of nine, but we have given the original name according to the French rituals. So
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
and then here's another dude. This dude also revealed the secrets, and he's getting stabbed in the face pretty quick.
Well, listen, I don't blame you, brother. I wouldn't want to end up like that either. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to end up
Yeah.
like that either. So I get it. That is crazy. And that moon in her headdress right there, or it looks like a moon. Some
Yeah,
people
no, that's a moon. And the
some people
two-horned
say,
god again. Look at it. They're all got two horns on their head.
but someone says that's a representation of Saturn, and then other people say it's a representation of Nibiru. And then I don't know what it is. You know, it's interesting though, the different interpretations of it.
I mean, these ones are pretty classic. These like very specific. And you see a lot of this stuff on social media now where it's like, oh my God, Kramer did the thing, but like he's also on the cover of Scottish Rite.
Right. But here's the thing though. One of them's if you're just doing a podcast and you accidentally put your hand on your chin, you know, like how many people have done that too? I've done that before.
Did you know that Kramer was a Freemason?
No, I didn't.
Well, there you go.
I mean, that's very distinctive though, putting your thumb there. That's kind of weird.
And this
But
the hand on the heart.
I'm sure people's done something. Oh, that one. I've seen this one a lot. The Mason fingers with the two thumbs in and the ones out. There's a whole bunch of people doing that. The Pope and the German leader that we ain't allowed to talk about. I gotta light this blunt.
Yeah, this book is so incredible. It's just like the best coffee table book ever.
There's Crowley. Yeah, Jay wrote us in the chat. He said he had to go cook dinner for his son, but we probably scared him away.
Look at this one. This is from Michael Hoffman's book called Secret Societies and Psychological Warfare.
What the hell is going on there? Is that a wolf?
Yes, this is actually about a movie that man, I can't remember what. I think it was like 1980s, but it's called Eating Raoul, and it's a movie about people that enjoy eating other people, and it's like they cater to them. Yeah, dude. Maybe we should watch that one.
Yeah, we should. And dude, why is there this whole culture on cannibalism with these people? What the hell is up with that? I don't get it. Like, I wouldn't be part of no type of society that I got to eat people. Do you think that really goes on in these secret societies? The whole
What if it was between eating people or eating bugs?
Bugs?
You'd eat bugs?
Yeah, I would definitely eat bugs. I'm not eating people, dude. I would starve before I would eat someone.
What if they had like really good marbling or something though?
No, I'm good. I couldn't. I don't know. I mean, if you're starving, and maybe I guess, but I wouldn't. I don't think I would. I mean, I would eat some grass or something first, dude.
There was a guy that got in a lot of trouble when I was in the military that was making blood sausage from his own blood.
What?
Yeah. You could probably look it up and find it online.
Was he feeding it to people?
I think he was just eating it himself.
So why'd he get in trouble for it?
I mean, quite literally, destruction of government property.
Oh, because he's government property.
Correct. Yeah. If you got a sunburn or a tattoo without getting it cleared, or if you got a tattoo and it got infected, you would actually get in trouble for damaging government property because your skin belonged to the government. That's legit.
Oh, stop right there. Why did they? That's the family that they genocided. That whole family, ain't it?
This one right here?
Yeah, they killed them all, didn't they?
Yeah, the Bolsheviks.
Man, why did they do that? Maybe they were good. You think? I have a theory that some of these old kings might have not been evil, and then the Vatican killed them all and replaced them with these these ones that they could control. But now you look at the kings that are left, right? And the bloodlines that are left, and it's so very few, bro. Like you got pretty much England, they must have won everything because they're like the last standing monarch. There's a few little ones around the world, but they don't get no real recognition. I think they still got a monarch in Spain, don't they? I don't think they control anything, but I think they still have a royal family there. The Dutch culture, I think, has one. But it seems like Britain ended up winning out. Oh, look at this thing.
And this is from a Saturnian ritual.
Saturn.
Drawing done by Fritz Springmeier. We talked about Fritz, I think, on a previous show, but I just did an occult book club with Juan on Fritz's most well-known book that's called How to Create Undetectable Illuminati Mind Control Slavic Person.
So what do you think about Fritz Springmeier? Because I think a lot of these alleged truthers, that they might have been agents, dude. How did they get allowed to be this big?
It's a good question, man. I mean, that was
You
the
know what
movie
I
we
mean?
just watched, right? The Conspiracy. Maybe it's like the one guy that comes out and just gives enough for people to not question because they're like, oh, well, that guy is looking into it and he's crazy.
Like Alex Jones.
Just like Alex Jones, yeah.
Yeah. And then Alex, everybody's like,
What
oh,
is this?
he's on our team, but I don't trust him at all.
This is weird. The American Federation of Astrologers.
Oh,
So he
wow.
describes what here. I'll zoom in a little bit. I love this new little book scanner thing. You guys like this? If you like this in the comments, let us know if we should just do like some book reviews like this. But it says that the 4 fixed signs were chosen to indicate stability and practicality. The words around the circle show purpose and ideals. The hand and torch, backed by the star of truth, indicated purpose to lead a true teaching of astrology. The little dots, the starry firmament, the large ones, the 7 planets with the sun and the moon dominant, these were significant of our alphabet. Weird. I never even
Yeah,
seen this
that is
before.
weird. That is very strange. I think we should do some of these occult book decodes.
Is this the yeah,
Everybody
dude?
seems to like it, so it's interesting. If I like it, I know other people are going to like it because it's some fascinating stuff that you can't find. You know what I
This one's
mean?
crazy. Here's LBJ getting sworn in on the plane as JFK is dying.
Oh, that was at 2:38 p.m., wasn't it?
It doesn't say in here.
I'm pretty sure he got sworn. Let me look it up because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But if it was from the Earth to the Moon is 238,000 miles, and so he gets sworn in on Air Force One after JFK is killed in a car. And who is the god of transportation? Mercury. A total freaking Mercury ritual right there.
Then this is wild. It says this photo was left unpublished and kept hidden from public view until now.
What?
Congressman Albert Thomas winks back at a smiling LBJ as dude, this is legit. Look, this here's LBJ, right? And him and this dude are like winking at each other, like they're eye blasting each other. And this is Jackie literally watching JFK dying, and he's like, "We did it." You know what I mean? That's crazy, bro.
Bro, guess what time he got sworn in?
3:33.
Nope, 2:38. Like I said, 2:38 p.m. CST time. What the hell does CST time mean?
Central Standard.
Okay, so yep, 2:38 p.m., which that's that whole moon energy, guys. Anytime they do rituals with the moon, it's a negative vibration, and from the Earth to the moon is allegedly 238,000 miles, which we know is a lie, right? He was the 36th president too. That 36 number. Wow. I bet you there's a connection.
Oh no, not Scott Baio. Leave Quantum Leap out of this.
So he got sworn in on November 22nd of 1963. All right, so let's run from that day until this upcoming November 18th. I wonder if there's a connection to
There you go, there's Trump.
let me see here, date calculator. Jay told me
Oh wow.
he went grocery shopping the other day, and that shit cost him so much money, dude. Food right now has went up so much, it's unreal. And this private podcast I did with Donuts Boy, um, he was talking about how they rob us through inflation, and people don't even know it. They don't even realize they're getting robbed. So instead of going into your bank account and taking a certain percentage, they'll just inflate the money. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't even realize you're getting robbed. Well, and one thing I noticed about that too, every time they say, "Oh, we turned minimum wage up. Minimum wage is now $15." But every time they do that, the price of everything else goes up. So it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? It don't even count because it.
Damn, I'm gonna check this book out.
Oh, dude, that was 59 years ago. 59 years ago. That 59 number, guys. Talk about synchronicity. 59 years ago, JFK
Oh yeah, check this out. They got a book on Chaldean magic in here.
Do they?
That's what it says. Yeah,
I'll have to look into
Chaldean
that.
magic, its origin and development, and they're talking about this 6-pointed star.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
There's the
Chaldeans were the
Freemasonic
first.
compass
They were the
as the
first
6-pointed.
everything, dude. They were the first, like, with the whole mathematics, and so
Here's the golem.
ciphers. This is the golem that they would put the words on its head and bring it to life. An inanimate object in Jewish folklore, and the golem. What's up with this dude?
The finger to the head indicates the elite's approval of the individual's intellect and fitness for office or promotion to the next level. So when you do this, it's like, give that dude a raise. So they've got a bunch of versions of that. And then here's the mark of the Master Mason. That's what they're calling that. And I don't know if they're saying Malcolm X is well, I guess so. He's a Mason too now.
Oh, wow. Probably was. Who knows if they even killed him?
You got Jerry Seinfeld in here, I guess.
It's like everything's a lie, dude. We just been lied to so much. It's kind of crazy. Sacred geometry.
I bet that's good.
Me too. I bet it is. So how did Tex Mars die?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to look that up.
Let me look. How
Oh wow, this is all on. This looks like a good chapter.
Mars die?
Yeah, see, this is this is another thing that happens if you reveal the secrets. A bunch of guys poke you with toothpicks.
Whoa, what's this say? Mars has been accused of being anti-Catholic. In 1999, he alleged that former United States President George H.W. Bush would be involved in a black mass in a chamber within the Great Pyramid of Giza during the 2000 millennial celebration. What? Holy cow. Tex Mars, they clapped his ass, didn't they? He died. Oh my God. Guess what day he died? November 23rd of 2019. So he died literally a day after JFK was killed. And he also died, guys. The whole Corona thing started November 18th, the 322nd day of the year of 2019. So the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. 5 days later, Tex Mars dies at 75. Spouse Wanda Mars. That's pretty interesting. I got to look into him more. You got Alex Jones, Milton Williams, David Icke, Jim Mars, Robert Gibbs. Oh, I think I was thinking of Jim Mars. What's Jim Mars all about?
Jim Mars was the guy that went to the
Because that's what I thought Tex Mars
the
looked
no
like.
no. So Jim Mars went to the Bilderberg conventions and he would go out there and protest.
Yeah, he was
Tex
a
Mars was way more about, you know, like sacred or hidden symbolism in the media and stuff. This is crazy too. It says Jack Roper, a friend of Tex Mars, who is a law enforcement consultant and an expert on satanic rituals and crimes, sent Tex this photo of a satanic altar and worshiper.
Yeah, because Jim Mars was the one that wrote the book, The Rise of the Fourth Reich, right? Yeah, that's the one
Correct.
I read that. That was crazy. And he wrote Crossfire with the JFK situation. And another really good one he did was Alien Agenda. And I'm not real big on the aliens, but that was a pretty interesting book. I read all of them in prison. Is that
Yeah,
the
this is
8-point
wild, man.
star on that dude too? That dude you just passed? Was that 8 points? 4, 5, 6, 7. Right?
It looks like a 7-pointed star.
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess. It's a very weird looking star, actually. 7 points.
Oh, there it is. There's the end.
Yeah, that's a good book, man.
Highly recommended if you've never even seen or heard this. And you can find this if you go on like archive.org and just search for Codex Magica, you can find a PDF that's got the whole thing scanned. But man, this is like one of the there's a reason why I still have this one. I've had this since, I mean, look at the spine on this thing. It's gotten lots and lots of use over the years.
The books are always better to have, though, honestly. It's just so much cooler to be. The PDFs kind of suck. I like being able to hold and read the book, and
Hey,
it's a
since we're already here, let me just show. Here's a little preview
they want
of the.
they want what, $40 for the Kodak Magica on Amazon?
Yeah, I mean, even when it was brand new, I mean, it was $35, you know, cover price. And
He's
in
got a
20
bunch of books, though,
in
bro.
what's that?
He's got a bunch of books.
Oh yeah, he's got another one too that I got behind me called Mysterious Monuments,
Who
which is
wrote
all
this?
about like, you know, actual you know, statues and monoliths and all kinds of stuff all over the world.
Do you have his book Project Lucid?
I don't have that one.
Damn, I want to read. I would buy that one off you. Project Lucid. That looks crazy, bro.
Here, I'm not going to show the name of this one, but this is my other new. I'll cover up the name, but you can find this limited edition pack of really sweet stickers at paranoidamerican.com. I've only got 50 of these. They're all going to be hand numbered, and they got all kinds of really cool. I don't want to give away the secrets here, but here it's got like some prints. It's got a whole pack of stickers that come in it. It's got lots of stuff inside of it. So if you like the stuff we're talking about and the crazy things that we like, yeah, check out paranoidamerican.com. You can find those. And then these comics right here is Frazzle Drip Funhouse. This one is on Indiegogo right now. And if you don't know what Indiegogo is, it's a place where basically independent comic creators can put a comic up and get basically like pre-orders or see how many people would actually want to get one before they go and do a huge print run. Well, mine ends tomorrow. And I went ahead and did the print run because I have a rough idea of exactly how many I needed to print up. It was about 300. So if you want to get a copy, especially of this one on the right, this one is going to only be for people that backed it, you know, by tomorrow, essentially on Indiegogo. And then this is the main cover that you'll see in comic shops all over the country.
You got 22 backers right now. 27 hours left.
That's right.
Backers.
I'd love to get to like 25 or 30. It's not even that much. The one that we're running with Sam Tripoli and Chaos Twins is doing phenomenal. So I'd love to just get like a little bit of the
Here,
washover
I'll
into
share
my
the
Frazzle
screen
drip.
and show them where to. Right here, guys.
That's it.
Indiegogo.com. Project Frazzle Drip Funhouse, which is very interesting because that movie I told you guys to watch, that me and Jay was going to do a video of, where these animals come to life, and Jay talks about it being like plasma possession. What was the name of that movie? Paranoid again?
Five Nights at Freddy's, which
Freddy's,
is
yeah,
based on a video game.
yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's kind of weird though, but it's a pretty interesting movie. But his comic is very similar to that.
Well,
You know,
it was definitely influenced by Five Nights at Freddy's. This one,
I knew once I oops. Well, you might as well have seen him now. We just ain't we ain't gonna say the word though.
no, we
But
won't say it.
you see it there. So he's trying to reach a certain thing, and he did one with Sam Tripoli where they did reach their goal.
Yeah, pull that one up too if you want. It's you can just go to chaostwins.com
Ain't it
and
on
it'll
your
bring you right
website?
to it. I don't have it on my website right now because I'm pushing the Frazzle drip, which I got the link at the top. But as soon as that's over tomorrow, everything's gonna go to Chaos Twins.
I'm just gonna pull your Instagram up. You have it all on there. I seen everything over there. You can always follow him on Instagram, guys, and then see. Oh shit! It won't let me log. I forgot I was not logged in. I had a factory reset my computer before we went live. So what is it? ChaosTwins.com?
Yep, chaostwins.com. And then even after the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo, is over, you can still go to chaostwins.com and it'll just point you to wherever you can get this comic. But yeah, this one's been killing it. Look at 147
Damn.
backers. And that
Y'all
was
are
just
good.
we launched that 1 week ago. So this still has 3 weeks left to keep building momentum.
Holy
So
cow.
this one's going to be huge. This one is already sold over 400 copies. I'm going to be packing comic books up for like a week straight for this one.
Well, this is what Paranoid really loves doing, guys, making comic books. I always wondered if you make your money back on it. Do you?
Well, yeah. So this one right here is going to pay for itself. It's going to pay for the print run. It's going to pay for pretty much like right now it's at break even point. So now every other dollar that we raise beyond this means that issue 2 gets to be produced, and then we get to make even better. Maybe we'll have like a holographic cover. Maybe we'll have a longer story for the next one because now we've got a little bit more capital to go into it.
This is what you get when you back it. So if you back it with a $5 donation, you get a digital copy of it, a PDF. If you back it with a $15 donation, which ain't bad, you get a physical copy. Then if you throw 28 in there, you get the physical copy and some stickers.
Yeah, and there's going to be 3 covers. So the only way to get
look at 40. 40, you get a signed copy. Is it from signed by Sam Tripoli and you?
And Sam's going to be flying into Orlando. We're going to do a live signing event where we'll shout out whoever he's signing it to. We'll do a shout out. He'll sign it, and then I'll do a little doodle on the comic book. We'll do it for every single person that gets one.
That's crazy. You might regret saying that.
Yeah, one of the rewards here is that you can go on any of Sam's shows. And I was asking him if he was sure he wants to open himself up for that. He was like, "Screw it, let's do it."
Yeah, because dude, what if it turns out to be a lot? But oh well, it'll be fun, right?
That's what he said. He was like, "Oh well, I'll have shows booked up for the next 2 years."
Right. And you guys go real hard on it. 120, you get the shirt, the Chaos Twin shirt, 6 stickers, 3 signed covers. You know what I'm saying? Can't beat that. If you're a Paranoid American, the Sam
and the ones that go on after that is you actually get to be in the comic. So if you want like your kids or yourself or your friends or family for $250, you can be a background character. So you might be like a little Bigfoot or like a Mothman, like flying around in the background, and we'll do your face. Or if you've got like a favorite shirt or like a hairstyle or some identifying characteristic, we'll make that into the book. And then there's only one slot left for a main character. And this is actually a big deal because this is comic issue 1, right? And we're
So
already going to be making 2
if
and
I
3.
get that, I can put a Tommy Truthful character in there with a truthmafia.com on my shirt.
I mean, it won't have a truthmafia.com. We'll make sure that a character has your specific likeness.
No. I want my
No, it's not. You don't get to have like a shirt that's like, visit whatever.com, eat at Sam's.
Yeah. It's got
that $1,500 podcast one. That's one where you can go on any of his shows that you like, be his guest, get interviewed, interview him, promote whatever the heck you want on any of his major shows. So that one's going to be. I try to advise him against doing that because he could open himself up to anyone. But he's 100% free speech, totally down for the cause. He's the best fucking guy that you could have behind a project like this. So,
and he doesn't mind getting punched in the face either.
Dude, he throws down. The last time I was at a live show with Sam, he threw down on someone that was talking, bad about
was his
him and his
black
family.
eye real or fake? Was that for Halloween?
I think it was fake because I talked to him the day after that and he looked fine. I mean, I've never seen someone heal that quickly unless they were
it probably had to be for Halloween. I tagged him and asked him if he got droned. Did you see that? I was like, yo, Sam, what happened? Did you get droned? But he's a comic, so he knows I was joking. But yeah, Sam's cool as shit. He's one. I've been following him for Real Paranoid before I ever knew you, Juan, any of you guys. I talked to his homeboy now, XG. He's really cool. But yeah, I started following Sam back when he first started his podcast, and he had that long-haired, red-haired dude Ryan on there. Was that his name, Ryan?
You're more OG than me, man. I honestly just met Sam either earlier this year or halfway through last year.
So Ryan got really weird. Like I was wondering what happened to him, and he kind of like tweaked out. There was something about the CIA with Ryan that he got freaked out about, and then he like stopped. I forget what all happened. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But
what was his last name?
I can't remember his last name.
Was it Sickler?
Oh, I don't know, buddy. I just know he had long hair, reddish hair. His name, I believe, was Ryan, and he was like his first co-host. Somebody in the comments probably knows better than me. And then, guys,
his name was Aaron, apparently.
Oh, Aaron? My bad. I knew it was something like that. Was it Aaron? I thought it was Ryan. Yeah, he had long, like reddish hair. He was kind of a hippie dude, and he was on all the first episodes, right? I liked him, but I like XG way better. XG, I think, is way better.
I love XG, and also shout out to Johnny Woodward. He's also dope as hell.
Johnny's the dude in the background. You just hear his voice and never see him, right?
Yeah, he does a couple other shows as well, though, where he shows his face. But yeah,
I like XG's other show where he's always smoking blunts and shit.
Yeah, his Fully Toxic series is awesome.
Yeah, he's hilarious, dude. I love XG. I became a huge fan of his after watching Sam. But yeah, I love Sam. I've been watching him for so long, dude. I never used to miss a podcast. I would watch like him, Theo Von, the little Chinese dude. Oh, damn, what was his name? I can't remember him no more, but they all went on Joe Rogan. All of them. That's how I found them. Like I would watch Joe because I was watching Joe when he first came out. Now I quit watching him because I think he's a CIA asset.
Oh, you're thinking of Bobby Lee when you said
Bobby Lee. Yes,
dude.
I love Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee's the funniest dude. But Theo Von is funny too. The funny thing about Theo though, after he went on after he went on Joe Rogan, he got real famous and his show blew up. And then all of a sudden, he's like all depressed all the time. And he was talking about going to counseling and shit. And I'm like, damn, dude, what the hell happened to him? He was always so upbeat and positive. And I don't know what happened. I can't say, but something weird happened after he blew up like that. Because remember, guys, if you know Theo Von, he used to do like the plugs where he was plugging a pizza company. in the beginning where he would do like a reading and say, or ad revenue, you know, like an ad plug. And it was this pizza company that was like this California pizza company. And I used to think, damn, I wonder what that pizza's all about. I mean, I watched all their different shows, the Callan dude, all of them. And then he just blows up, but he got super depressed after he blew up, and he didn't plug that pizza company anymore either. He quit plugging the pizza company, but they were the pizza company was the first person to ever sponsor Theo Von, and Theo Von was on Road Rules. Remember?
Yeah, I do remember that. I grew up with that.
Yeah, he was the dude on Road Rules. But yeah,
And so was who was the guy that like broke his leg or whatever in the basketball? Oh, Tom Segura. His wife, I think, was also on Road Rules.
Yeah, Tom Segura and his wife are yes, she was. They are two of my favorites too. And the guys I know, most of them are probably, who knows what's really up with them. I'm just talking about on a funny level. Like Tom Segura and his wife are the first persons I ever heard about TikTok from, because she made TikTok famous as shit. She started talking about TikTok and all these weird people on TikTok, and I'm like, what the hell is TikTok? And I went and looked, and it was like, it's all these crazy people got famous on TikTok, dude. And now, you know, it's actually one of my more favorite social media platforms. Instagram is my favorite.
Well, I like how it democratizes fame a little bit, because now you don't have to go through like, you know, the music industry or whatever industry you normally had to go through. You don't have to necessarily go through the exact same gatekeepers. Now the gatekeepers is kind of like the algorithm, but
Yep.
you can fight against that algorithm from wherever the heck you're at in the entire world now, which is
Yep.
kind of cool, because you used to have to like actually move to a certain region and like meet the exact people and grease those palms. And now you just gotta understand how to like grease Google's palms or Facebook's palms, and you're in.
Well, you just got to understand the algorithm, but they still don't let you get dude, on my Facebook, the Truth Mafia, which the handle is at Truth Mafia Podcast. In the last 3 days, I went from like 70,000 followers to almost 100,000. I had one video that right now is over 700,000 views, which is my breakdown on cloning. And that shit went dumb viral. That's what got all them new followers. So you think about that, 700,000 people know who I am. That just blows my mind when I actually think about it. And
that's just the number that they're willing to tell you about. It's probably way, way higher than that.
Oh yeah, I imagine that is too. And me, Jay, and Donut was talking about this, that we're probably way more famous than we even really realize. On my Instagram, you see it, Paranoid. Every video I drop hits 30, 50,000. Any video I drop on there. You know what I'm saying? 30, 50, 100. I got so many videos at 1 million views on my Instagram. It's nuts.
Once you start doing the AI videos, it's going to skyrocket from there too.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to teach me that, because I'm going to throw that in the mix and it's going to be really cool. But since we're plugging real quick, guys, over here on truthfultv.com, that link is down in the description. See this little decode thing I made that I'm using right now? I made that through AI. And you can use different AIs. You can use ChatGPT, or my favorite one is Bing Image Creator, because it lets you do like copywritten images. It doesn't give a shit. Bing is on some whole new level. And if you go over here on truthfultv.com, I put a video up for you guys. See down here, this little music button, that's the volume. And you push play on it, and it'll walk you through the whole process on how to get your reading. I created this image too. You guys like that? The reading, that's me there meditating with the computers around me, doing the astrology, numerology readings. And we break down your life path number, your destiny cards, your birth cards, whether you're a first player character or a non-player character. Not only that, I create you an image that is based on your astrological sign. Let me show you guys real quick. So over here on Truth Mafia, I got AI art now, right? And you'll see a bunch of different content that I created where I said, art is the alchemical process of extracting the vivid landscape of our minds and transmuting them into tangible realities, where imagination becomes a masterpiece and creativity breathes life into the existence of the canvas. And that's really what we're doing with this. with ChatGPT, it's kind of a form of alchemy, really, right? We're taking something in our mind and we're making something out of it. We're creating it. So, and not everyone can create cool images like this too. And it's based on your prompts, the prompt you're using, and not just the prompt, what's in your brain, what you can bring out of your mind into a reality. That's the real key of it all. And I got a crazy mind. So I couldn't wait to show you these ones, Paranoid. I did some on Alice in Wonderland. And let me show you this one down here. This is Jay DreamerZ. That's the only one I got in there, Jay. I'll probably do some more, Jay, because he's always sending me really cool stuff. Look at this one. I got Alice chasing the Mad Hatter with a butcher knife. And I didn't
Why
even
is she chasing him with the knife?
I don't know. AI did that. I didn't tell AI to do that. I told AI to have the Mad Hatter chasing Alice with throwing tarot cards at her. And this is what it came back with. One, he has a saw, and the other one, she has a butcher knife. And that I didn't say that to it at all. So it's just fascinating. But
It's funny too. It mixed the Disney version of Alice, like the cartoon version, but then it mixed in the Johnny Depp real action version of the Mad Hatter on that bottom one.
Ain't that bizarre? It's this one's badass though with the Truth Mafia. I love that one. I even thought about making that a logo, dude. That shit is so hard. I'm just worried that they would try to copy, hit me with something. But
Yeah, they could with the way Alice is drawn, specific with like her dress and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, man, they'll try to come at me and whatever. So I'm still working. I'm gonna redo a logo for Tommy Truthful specifically, and then Truth Mafia has its own thing. But Truthful TV, I redid one. Now, this is an image I created for one of my readings. So her sign is a scorpion, and then she's a number 9. Now, you're an artist, Paranoid. For an image like that, if you paid an artist to do that, that'd be a couple $100s, wouldn't it, bro?
Probably more than a couple hundred, yeah.
Right. So you get when you get your reading, guys, you get a free image that you can use to put on. This is one I did for Tammy. Shout out to Tammy. And she had to wait a long time. So shout out to her. She's a really nice person. She's always donated, showed a lot of love and support. It's her birthstone. It's her ruling planet Neptune and her astrological sign with her number that's connected to her. So it's really cool that I can be able to create you an image on your, and guys, it takes me a while because I don't stop until I get it right. So the first one it might not look right? And I just keep going until I get your image perfect to fit you. So it might be like the 10th try that I actually get the image right. Like this one I was doing for a Black Goo Decode, and I wanted it to have them summoning these entities through Black Goo. And you see how they're all manifesting up through the Black Goo. So it's just pretty cool what you can achieve now with AI. This was a story about Israel flooding from HARP, and I had their God flooding them, So yeah, this one, this was out of the Hearth book. In the Hearth book, it was showing like Jesus, Buddha, Thor, different representations of the same God. And I created that image. It added Odin to it. Odin really shouldn't have been there because he's a whole different God. But I thought it was pretty cool.
I like it gave Jesus in the background. It made him look like Thor holding the hammer.
Yeah, the Jesus with the Thor hammer. But it was showing them as the same God, so I kind of thought the image was cool. And some of these messed up ones I like the most, bro. When it like does weird shit, like this one. Look at this one.
Yeah, dude, I gotta get you on the next level because I know exactly what you're talking about. But the problem with Chat GPT and Bing is that at most they'll show you like 2 pictures, but once you got your own image AI running, you can say like, show me 100 of this. So every time you hit generate, you get to pay. And 100's extreme, but like I usually keep mine at 8. So every time I generate something, I got 8 versions of it to pick from every time. And it makes all the difference in the world. Imagine having 4 times as many options every time you hit generate.
Yeah, I would like that. Like, look at this Loki one. That one is pretty on point right there. It's
I
got
do wish though that there was a way to get like a non-Marvel version of Loki, but
I
you
know,
have
me
to
too.
try really hard to get it to not do like a Disney version of something.
Yep, but that I kind of like it too. But this was when I was playing around with Truth Mafia, different ones, and
So that one
that,
on the right there that says Truth Mafia, that was AI generated too with the letters and everything?
yeah, both of them.
That's wild, man. I mean, it's getting scary good.
It's getting good, dude, with the letters. I had to play with it a little bit. Both of them, yeah,
Hmm.
both these are AI generated, yes, sir. And you want to see a real good one? Check this out, bro. Um, oh shit, I think I took it off of here. Hold on, let me see. It might be on the other page. I might have took it off though. I think I replaced it with that reading one. I got a crazy one. I'll put it back up on Truthful TV. I got an awesome one. I'll show it to you guys next time because yeah, I took it off and replaced it with this. But the one I created for Truthful TV is next level, dude. It has Truthful TV on it, the lettering, everything. But I put this here because I made the reading page the home page. And yeah, if you book your reading, guys, you just click on that. Real simple. There's a video up there that walks you through it. Check availability. Boom. Pick your date. Boom. And from your date, the day of your booking, it usually takes me anywhere from just being realistic with you, 4 to 10 days, depending on how booked I am, until I send it back to you. You put the name you were born with. So I'm just going to do an example. Tommy Truthful, right? But you use your maiden name. I don't need your middle name. I say this a million times, but people don't listen. Your phone number, or I don't care if you have my real phone number. I'll just block you if you hit me a lot. 1-17-19. People are shocked, dude. People will call me and they'll be like, Tommy? And I can tell they're shocked that it's me that answers. And oh, you're real. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking real. What'd you think? Like I'm an AI or something? Yeah, I'm real, dude. It's 2 a.m. What do you want? You know,
That's funny.
yeah, I'm real. But it's funny. You put your birth date down there, guys. Put your name in there. I need this part for your decode, right? And then the only reason you gotta put your address in there is because your checkout as a guest through PayPal, and PayPal has to make sure your card ain't stolen. I don't need that info. PayPal does. Oh, I guess you can use Venmo now too. I didn't know that. They just added that because before it was just PayPal, but you don't have to have PayPal. You can pay offline too through Cash App. If you do that way, just send me a screenshot at 234-425-2099 showing me you paid offline, the email you want me to send your decode to, and you could pay Apple Pay as well to that number 234-425-2099. But if you want to check out as a guest, you just click on that one, the PayPal one, the address. It's just got to line up with your credit card so they know you didn't steal it. That ain't for me, that's for them. Place order, pretty simple. And you'll see it says, see here, pay with debit card. So you put an email in there, pay with debit card, email, continue to payment. Bam. And that video I put up walks you through all this. So, because you'll be shocked, Paranoid, how many people I'll show them this. And after the live, they'll text me, Tommy, how do I check out? I'm like, oh my God, did you not watch the video? So yeah, man, it's pretty fascinating. And before we go, I want to show you something that I was working on. Do I have it in here? Oh yeah, this Joker one. Here we go. So all these movies, dude, I keep seeing this Joker connection, right? It's in Terminator, it's in Volcano, that the on the right-hand side is Volcano. And I believe there's going to be a major event in December. So, okay, here's my timeline, guys. Write this shit down. I think December 1st through the 12th, we're going to see a major event in that time period. I'm really looking at the 8th, right? December 8th. And then I think we'll see another event on the 31st. And the 31st is the only card in the Destiny cards out of the 52 deck of playing cards. So in that Destiny card, like Paranoid Americans card or my card, it'll have a bunch of different cards attached to it, right? So I'm the 10 of diamonds. There's like 7 birthdays that have the 10 of diamonds like me. Well, with the Joker card, it's the only card in the Destiny cards that there's only one birthday attached to. And it's freaking December 31st. So anybody with that birthday, that's your card. You're the Alpha and Omega card, which is the Joker card. It only has one birthday attached to it, which is very rare. Now, that's December 31st card. So I'm wondering, man, that's connected to the Joker card. We see all this Joker symbolism connected to destruction and chaos in these movies. And so I take from the August 11th, which was the day Harp was patented, the 36-year anniversary of Harp. That's why Maui Massacre happened. That's why it was also the 50th year anniversary of hip hop, and Maui happened in the 50th state. And right now is the 50-year anniversary of the Yom Kippur War that took place in 73, which we see what's happening in Israel. So from August 11th, the 36-year anniversary of Harp, until Sunday, December 31st, is 142 days, which fifth age is 142. And if you look into the Hopi prophecy, they believe we're leaving the fourth age and coming into this fifth age. And that's what Jay talks about with the whole plasma apocalypse, right? We're coming into these new ages and these new resets and cataclysms. So I don't know if it'll be connected to anything plasma, but I definitely believe there will be a major event on that day. Now it could be connected to something plasma, who knows, but it could be nuclear as well. And this image too, Paranoid, I created with our logo with the AI. This
This is
one,
my favorite one so far. We might even pull this one into a tutorial and do some in painting to just like clear up some of the little like for example, see on the left it looks like Captain America's shield, but the
yes,
very inside doesn't have the star. You can send this through another AI that'll keep everything exactly as you want and only change the little details that you want to fix.
oh, for real? Yeah, I'll send it to you. Can you do that?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that live.
Oh, that'd be awesome. And I want to change that thing where it looks like a star, but it's all messed up. You see
Yep,
that?
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It looks like a drunk spider web or something.
Yeah, I don't like that part either. So I didn't know we could change that. That's cool, bro.
Yeah, it's
'Cause it's
called in
almost
painting. And it's so easy, bro. Like you would literally just paint around with your mouse, whatever areas you want to change, and then type in what you want that thing to change to and hit render. And you can just go like bit by bit. So first you do the shield, and then you do the little pentagram thing, whatever it is. And then you could do
yeah, whatever the hell it
like the
is.
film reel on the bottom, right? Like that's not a real film reel. Like there's no film going around it. It's kind of got the idea.
I
So you could
know.
just in paint that over and over.
Oh wow, that'd be cool too. Yes, because it's got the idea of what I want, but like some of it, yeah, it's a little off. So we can
Have you
fix
seen the
that.
new Photoshop yet?
No, is it pretty tight?
I'll see if I can pull it up really quick.
Yeah,
I know
pull it up.
I know
Show
we're
me.
wrapping up,
Oh,
but this is I want to geek out.
no, it's cool. I don't care. Check this out too. I created this one for mine in Donuts podcast. We did one on CERN, and well, Donut went on a tangent for like 50 minutes until we got into CERN, but he was breaking down all kinds of pretty cool stuff. So I just let him go on. But yeah, I did these images of portals opening up through the Large Hadron Collider and demons coming out of it. Looks pretty freaking real, don't it? Pretty crazy looking.
Little
Not
like
real.
bat people.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that's where COVID came from.
This one's one of my favorites. Numbers don't lie. Yeah, I really enjoy making the images, bro. I really do. So let me
Yeah,
see
so
what
here,
you're talking about.
this isn't even anything fancy. This is just the latest version of Photoshop. It's got something built in called generative fill. So like let's say we went to this thing at the bottom here. I can select it, and
Okay.
then now it's got this little field that says generative fill, and I can go in here and say like illustration of a film projector, right? And hit generate. And it'll, like, now it's built in the Photoshop. It'll send just this area out to AI
And
in the
AI?
cloud, generate it, and spin it back. So, and then you can click through. So that's definitely not what I wanted, right? So
No,
I can click
definitely.
next. There's another version. So it's not doing a great job, but you can see what it's trying to do. And this is just built right into Photoshop now. So I'm actually
Wow.
going
Yeah.
to cancel all the. I don't actually like any of those.
No, me neither.
I'm gonna
But
say
but
poor.
that's cool that it can do that. So how much do you pay for Photoshop? Because I got Canva and I pay like 120 for the whole year. And I got
I
a
got
key
an educator
on there.
discount, so this is, I think, like 180 a year.
Oh, that's pretty good. Can you put a
But it,
team on there? Because I can give out like I put up my boy Travis. He's been following me forever. I gave him his own thing.
not so like the educator discount is kind of like you're on a team of whatever the institution is. So there's no
Oh,
teams under that account, but it's basically the same idea.
now Canva wants $300 for the team membership, but somehow I don't know how it worked, but it gave me the team membership on accident because it let me put Matrix Codebreaker in there, my boy Travis, a couple other people I forgot. Oh, Michelle, my homegirl Michelle, I gave her a link to it so they can all use it for their representations. And oh shit, look at that! You're changing that
Like
one.
it's not doing anything that I wanted it to do. I said Captain America's shield, but it's still cool to see basically that.
Change it. Change
Yeah.
that stupid star up there. Anything would be better than that.
Mhm.
Anything is better than that dumbass star. That's the one part that
It looked like it was trying to make it a pentagram, but it didn't.
I'm glad it didn't. Thank God. Because I definitely didn't tell it to do that.
Well,
Oh,
now it's
yeah,
a
that's
regular
cool.
star.
Yeah, yeah, I like that one. Oh, tell it to put an 8-pointed star in there.
I don't know if Photoshop's is as smart as the Chat GPT and the Bing one yet.
Canva can do it. Canva can generate some AI that's next level. You should see Canvas. Have you checked out Canvas yet?
I have. The only reason that I use Photoshop is because I use everything else in their suite.
I like
After
that one.
Effects, Premiere, just everything.
Go. That one's cool, but I like that one the best. The red one.
This one.
Yeah. Leave
Yeah,
that
but I mean,
one.
you can just go around to like every different component and tell it to be something different.
But
Like,
then it took the corner off the all-seeing eye.
yeah, I mean, so if you wanted to do it like a better way, then I probably would have done like a more specific selection, right? So I go in there and actually trace out just the part that we want to replace.
Oh, wow.
But I'll show you how to do this outside of Photoshop too. That's even better. So we'll call
This
that
is awesome, dude.
8-pointed star.
And this is what Paranoid American teaches over on his YouTube, guys. He has a show that teaches you how to do this different AI, and his links are down in the description. So if you're interested in this stuff, that one looks way better.
There you go, 8-pointed star.
Turn that one back that you just had right there.
That
Bam.
one.
Oh yeah. And see, I like the Captain America thing. I don't care that it don't have the Captain America shield thing on it.
Oh yeah, but it's so easy to fix. We could just say let's see.
Let's see.
I'll say white star on blue background.
This is awesome, dude. You guys know Paranoid used to work at freaking Disney as an animator.
This is actually pretty close to how I did most of the time.
For real? Oh,
I mean, that's close. It's got a star on a blue background. It's not
yeah.
exactly the
It
Captain
looks
America
better
star.
than what it did.
It does.
And
And
the
then
other one, what is that red thing down there with the big head? That thing looks crazy. Yeah, what is that? It just made like some crazy alien, but who knows? AI might know
say
something we didn't know. Oh, yeah.
reptilian
Reptilian.
politician. Damn, I can't even see the letters. Here we go.
Yeah, they're so tiny.
Reptilian politician, space lord. Let's see what it does. You got to be careful with this one too. Like if you say anything a little bit controversial, it'll be like, if you ask me that again, I'm gonna revoke your license.
For real?
I mean, it's not that dramatic, but yeah, you don't want to lose your license over putting like Hillary Clinton's eating fill in the blank.
Right. Yeah. But that's cool. The little whatever the hell it just created, a little space lizard, a little space spider or something. Oh, look at this guy without a leg. I didn't even know. There's a couple of them without legs.
Oh yeah, this guy on to the left.
That's little details I didn't even notice.
See, for this though, like I wouldn't even AI generate that. I would just go in here and make a new layer and go to a brush and then pick this black. And then if we're on the brush, you can just use some keys to get it to like the right size. And then I would just like, not that color. Hold on. You know what I mean? Like I would actually just like repaint this dude.
Could you make it straight enough though?
Yeah, of course.
See, in Canva, you can make a straight line and pull it down, and then it'll connect and snap and make it perfectly straight. You know what I mean? I don't know if you have that kind of tool.
You just hold shift to do it. I don't know. I've got like a weird brush. Oh, this is why I've got the weird dissolve setting on. Here we go. Yes, if you just hold shift, anywhere you click will be a straight line every time. If that's what you mean.
Yeah. So just do shift and make
I would do that, and then I would feather it a little bit. You can't really tell, but like there's one version, and then here's another, and then here's with no feathering. If I do like a lot of feathering, but that's how I'd probably do something like that.
Yeah, it looks way better.
And once you zoom out, you would like really barely be able to tell that it was.
You'd have to put the shadow there a little bit.
Yeah, and then I mean I would also, to do the shadow, I don't have a pressure sensitive pen on me right now, but if you use a pressure sensitive pen, you can make it so that it's thin up here, and then as you press down harder, the shadow will get, larger as it goes.
Though. That looks good right there.
From far away enough, like there, you would never tell that was modified. That's way faster than telling AI to do it over and over again. Same with like this lady. She might need a foot that kind of goes down there. I'm just doing it quick and dirty right now. But
what I would do with her is, because she got her leg looking like it's sticking out. Who's that guy too? It created just some random.
It's just like I know. I always wonder, like, is that a real person? Was it based on something? But probably not, right?
Right.
And we'll do
I want that 8-pointed star that you had in there. I don't know why you removed that. That looked great.
It's still there.
Yeah, leave that there.
You could do like.
We got to tighten this up on an episode so we can have it for the next time. Show people
like a different...
what we created and how you can tighten it up using Photoshop. We could make a whole episode on this. You know what I mean?
Anyways, yeah, man, we'll do a whole episode. Yeah, paranoid programming, and I'll show you not just how to do it in Photoshop, but on how to do it on free websites, or using things where you don't even have to have software or expensive hardware or anything. This is just a really, really easy, convenient way of doing it that just happens to be built in. And there's so many other like really cool things built into Photoshop too. You could do like select subject, and this is crazy. So there's like a lot going on here. But if I do select subject, let's see what it thinks. Yeah,
I didn't even notice them little things like the legs. I didn't notice that at first.
So it thinks that this is the subject, so I could like mask out just what it thought was the foreground. But for something like this, it's a little bit crazy because there's no real depth of field or like, perspective point. This is just like crazy graffiti, but
it's a great starting point that we can tighten up.
Yeah, no, I love this one. This is my favorite one you've made so far.
Yeah, it's pretty good. This one I did that I used today, Decode at Truthful TV. That took me forever to get right, dude. To get it to spell, just
Well,
spell
yeah.
the
So
shit right.
you were trying to get the text, and honestly, I would probably just take the image you got and then kind of like paint over the text so it's just blue, and then type in actual text in place of it, and that would solve all the problems.
I tried, but I didn't think it looked good. I tried that. I thought it looked cheesy. So I just kept messing with it and I ended up getting that, which I really liked. But okay, guys, all links are in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You know, it's a little rough at the beginning, but everything, you know, is good now. That's just me and Paranoid American. That's what makes it good too. People like that you don't agree with everything and you know what I'm saying, go against the norm. It might aggravate the shit out of me a little bit, but hey, it is what it is. You know, you're still my boy.
Are we talking about Uncle Pike so bad, man?
Uncle Albert Pike, yeah. He but you know, maybe the shit is true. I mean, look, there is a lot of deception in the truther community, bro. So I am aware of it, you know what I'm saying?
And I see someone in the comments said they want to know how to do AI with music. I'll show you how to do that too. It's really easy, and you will be amazed at how good the music sounds. Like I don't, it's a controversial statement to say how I really feel on it, but like I think that we can be replacing a lot of the low effort sort of music. You'll just be able to generate it yourself, like all the time. It'll always be something new. I think it's gonna be crazy.
It could probably replace most of this mumble rap bullshit that's out now because it's terrible. I'm
It
sure
it
AI
100% can, yeah.
I'm sure AI can replace and Paranoid replace like whole units at your work, didn't
Yeah,
he?
that wasn't on purpose though, man. Yeah.
That's pretty terrible. You replaced a whole freaking
I didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, I gave a presentation back in the early 2021 about some of this generative AI stuff, and it was cause we had, I won't get the boring stuff. We had like a lot of people that were doing a lot of like menial like art tasks, like generating logos and doing weird stuff. And I was like, look, you could just hit a button and it does this thing. And they were like, wow, that's so cool. And then after 3 months, they had me work on a project and they deployed it. And then weeks later, they let go like all the designers I was working with. But
wow.
it wasn't a good change, but it happened.
It's going to happen though. It's not your fault. That's what's going to happen. So what you guys need to do is learn AI because that'll give you a placement. They're still going to need for now anyways, not for much longer, but for now they need humans to control the AI and do the prompts and stuff. So that's good. That's where you'll be able to become an artist and bring what's in your mind out to a reality. But
The
even
best quote I heard is that AI is not going to replace artists, but artists that use AI are going to replace artists that don't use AI.
that is right. That is right, man. And I like that too because me paranoid, I can't draw, but I've always had a good mind how to bring things into, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's an amazing tool. It turns me into an artist, something that I love to create and be a content creator, that life path number 3, which you are too. That's why you're
Mm.
good at what you do, bro. But yeah, I enjoy it, but I feel bad for real artists out there. You will be replaced, unfortunately. And with that being
You
said,
just got to stay ahead of the curve, man. You just got to stay ahead
yeah.
of the curve. That's it.
Stay ahead of the curve. Start using AI. Learn it if you're an artist. Be one of them artists that can use AI. And with that being said, we're out, guys. All links are in the description. We love y'all.